touchdown.
This is coverage of high school football on Watertown Radio Sports and online at gowatertown.net.
He makes a man miss at the 40, to the 30, to the 20. It's a foot race to the 10, 5, touchdown.
High school football.
He's got to cut back and he's got room. He's going to cut back again to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Now let's head to the field with the call of tonight's game. Here's Mitch Reed.
Good evening and welcome to playoff football 9AA. We are here round one. The Canistota Freeman Pride coming into the matchup at 4-4. Travel to Florence, South Dakota to take on the 7-1 Florence Henry Falcons. Thanks for joining us this evening. Mitch Reed on the call. Joel Eisenbraun, my color guy tonight. Should be a fun one. First playoff game played in Florence or in Henry since 2004, so the community's excited. Everyone's excited. Should be a good one here tonight. Want to thank our sponsors. Without these folks, we couldn't bring you high school football week in, week out. Midwest Bank, AgWorks in Clark, Florence, Garden City, Henry, Wallace, Watertown, and Webster. Nikki Watson, CPA. RBM Livestock in Florence. That's Mike and Ryan Berg families. Sioux Valley Co-op. Put Off Insurance. Pivot Bio, Brian Kohlenberg, Territory Manager. RF Feedlot, Rizlov Family. Keller Cabinets Incorporated, Millbank Ford, Glass Products Incorporated, Custom Fabricators, Sharp Automotive, Waverly South Shore School District, South Dakota Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Westside Implement, Olson Seed and Bradley, Watertown Healthy Youth, Taco John's, and the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Should be a fun one here tonight. Joel, what do you got for us to get started?
Yeah, going to be a really good football game. The bracket this year is really stacked. It doesn't really matter the seedings tonight. Any of these teams can win on any given night. It's going to make for good playoff football all across the state tonight in this 9 bracket.
So we'll take 30 seconds and we'll get to the coaches' comments on KS 93.
Whether you want to invest in new technology, buy new equipment, add acreage, or just need a little help stretching your finances from this season into next, Midwest Bank is here to help. They're a family-owned operation that knows the ag industry like their own because it is their own. As your local agribusiness experts, they've got the know-how and the financial power to support you and your operation. Midwest Bank in locations near you, including Summit, Florence, Wilmot, Big Stone City, and Ortonville. Doers welcome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on New Country KS93 and GoWatertown.net. Getting set for Florence Henry versus Canistota Freeman in the opening round of the Class 9AA playoffs. Mitch Reed will be back for the play-by-play coverage coming up in just a few moments. Right now on the phone line, courtesy of Custom Fabricators, is the head coach of the Canistota Freeman Pride, James Strang. Well, Coach, let's learn a little bit more about your team. Who are some of the names that we'll be calling out on Thursday nights?
You know, we've got a nice senior group between Isaiah Robertson playing tailback, wide receiver, and defensive back that's having a really great year. Returner from a year ago, returning starter, didn't get to play in a state championship game a year ago, but playing real well this year and staying healthy. Riley Heiberg, a senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman, does a great job for us on both sides of the ball, setting edges and fitting up on linebackers and D tackles to make sure we got opportunities to run the ball up inside or making plays away from it as some teams have tried to go away from them. Our other senior is Jacob Swenson, shuffling around, utility player, can do just about anything we ask him to, and always a hard worker out there on the field, you know. But we've got a nice group of underclassmen that are coming up, gained a lot of experience throughout the course of the season, and sophomore quarterback Tage Ortman's doing a great job for us. And wide receivers Will Ortman and Ty Merrill are doing a nice job too. So it's a good group. They're young. Our juniors are really coming along and learning a lot as the season goes, and so hopefully you get to call plenty of names on Friday night.
Well, you mentioned your younger squad. How important has the junior and senior leadership been to your team this year?
You know, our seniors, you know, after you come off the success that we've had, it's always interesting to see what's going to transpire and how they're going to go ahead and lead the next group on the field. And it's been a learning process. It's been a growing process. We started out the year with a tough game against Platte, defending 9AA champs and us moving up a division into 9AA. So that was an experience, but they're getting it figured out, and we're pretty happy to be in the position we're in, only being a 4-4 football team. Pretty excited about the opportunity to get into the playoffs and see what we can do on the road.
Well, you mentioned the 4-4 football team. How do you feel that your team has played this year?
We've played up and down. We played some really good football and we played some bad football. And it just kind of goes when you're dealing with such a small senior group. You're just going to have that, And so it's been a different experience for us. It's been one up and down. We've played good football, we've played bad football, and we hope to find some sort of consistency to play a little bit more level so we don't have the highs and lows, and that's something that I hope we can accomplish going forward into the playoffs.
Well, before we talk forward, let's look back at your game last week, a loss at Hanson, 32-24. What did you learn from your team on that ball game?
We shot ourselves in the foot to start that game, and that's kind of been one of the things that we are trying to avoid. Put ourselves behind the chains a couple of times, had some turnovers, and so that put us in a hole right away. But one thing we've done throughout the course of the year is we've been resilient. We'll battle back from just about anything, and so we'll be resilient. We'll come back. We don't cash it in. We don't call it a day when we're down or otherwise. We continue to work. We just kind of need a spark or find a spark somewhere offensively or defensively to set that up, and so. That's one thing, we weren't happy with the way we played in the fourth quarter against Hanson. Had a couple opportunities to convert some fourth down plays to kind of put the game in a better position and in our hands, and we didn't do that. And then Hanson got the ball back and marched it 85 yards at us, and so that's something we definitely want to avoid. We don't want to give up that many yards on the ground, especially in one setting. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
How did the week of practice go for you?
No, it was good. I wasn't very happy when we had the bye week finishing out the year, but it was good. We got to reflect a little bit. And then this week has been straight game prep, and we haven't had to worry about any injuries or otherwise. We've been trying to get healthy. We got banged up in our openers against Platte and then against Howard to start out our year. So we've been working on getting healthy since those points, and I think we're about right now at our healthiest we've been since the opening game. So it was good to focus going into the playoffs, and now we're looking forward to whatever lays ahead of us.
Coach, tonight you take on Florence Henry. What are those Sharp Automotive key?
you know, 20-plus years from when I was up there in the ECC as a Waverly South Shore football player. And so other than, you know, watching film, which is we do plenty of that, you know, it's going to be an interesting experience. They look like a very talented ball club that does a lot of things well. So we're hoping we can take advantage of a few opportunities that present themselves throughout the course of the game.
Keys to the ball game tonight were brought to you by Sharp Automotive, and this chat with Canistota Freeman Pride coach James Strang was brought to you by Custom Fabricators. We continue on in the pregame show here on New Country KS93, live streaming video tonight at gowatertown.net/area sports. Next up, we'll chat with the head coach of the Florence Henry Falcons, Travis Schmitz. That interview comes up your way next. This is the 9AA football playoffs on New Country KS93.
You're a neighbor, not a number, at AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City. AgWorks works with you to help you be better at everything you do. AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City.
Getting set for the 9AA football playoffs tonight here on New Country KS93. Live streaming video at gowatertown.net/area sports. On the phone line, courtesy of Custom Fabricators, is the head coach of the Florence Henry Falcons, Travis Schmidt. Well, Coach, you finish off your season with just that one blemish on the year. How do you feel your season went?
I mean, it went as about as good as we could. We did have that one blemish, and hopefully we learned from that mistake. I think we did, because we came out in our last game of the year and showed that we learned, and we executed a little bit better and had a little bit more of a complete game that we put together and finished out the year on the right note.
You feel your boys are starting to play their best football as you head into the playoffs here?
We don't really have a choice right now, but yes, we are playing our best football. And at this point in the 9AA playoffs, if you're not playing your best football, you're going to go home early.
So when people think Florence Henry Falcon football, what do they think? What is the identity of this team going into the playoffs?
Well, looking at our stats and doing things like that, we're explosive a little bit on offense. We can score some points, so we can make the crowd happy by making it a little bit entertaining. We've also held our opponents to about 87 points on the year, too. So, I mean, we have a defensive identity that we like to hit you hard, and you have to earn it if you want to score on us.
Well, let's turn our attention to last week. You get the win versus Elkton Lake Benton, 34-20. Talk about that ball game, and what were some of your thoughts from it?
We started off a little bit slow, it felt like, but once the flow of the game got going, we did what we needed to do. They exploited us a little bit on the defensive side, but our defense, they bent, but they didn't break.
Well, how's the week of practice going for you?
Week of practice is going good, except for Wednesday when you got rain all over the place. But so we might have to do some adjustments on that one.
So I got to ask, on the field, 80-yard field there in Florence, does that give you guys kind of not only the home field advantage, but playing on the 80-yard field, does that give you more of an advantage?
Well, I'd hope so, because, most of these teams don't play on 80-yard fields all year long. And when they come and they play on a little bit shorter field, those quicker teams, they're still quick, but they don't have as much room to roam. So, and we've played on plenty of 80-yard fields, so we kind of have that in our back pocket, and we'd like to use it as our advantage, especially in our first-round game tonight.
Well, let's talk about it tonight. You take on Canistota Freeman. What are those sharp automotive keys to the ball game to make sure you come away with the victory?
Well, anytime you hear Canistota Freeman, you know darn well you're going to be in for a big game. I know that they've won a handful of state titles in the last 10 years, so tradition is huge. They've been in these positions before, and they welcome these positions. We're gonna have to play a complete football game, and we're gonna have to limit our mistakes, and we're gonna have to execute our game plan. If we don't execute our game plan, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. But if we execute our game plan, I think that good things will happen for us.
Keys to the ball game tonight were brought to you by Sharp Automotive, and this chat with Florence Henry Falcon coach Travis Schmidt was brought to you by Custom Fabricators. We take another time out here in the pregame show on New Country KS93. When we come back, the Falcons' own Mitch Reed is back for the play-by-play coverage of Florence Henry and Canistota Freeman. Mitch joins us next. This is the New Country KS93 Game of the Week.
Ever get stressed out from not having enough time to get your payroll or books straight? Or how about wondering what tax time might bring from not having a very good year? Nikki Watson, CPA in Watertown, is here for you. Her team can help with bookkeeping, payrolls, tax returns, and they're a full-service accounting firm. Nikki Watson, CPA. Call 878-7800 or stop by at 719 South Broadway, Watertown.
You want me to take it, Reed? Welcome back here tonight. This is Joel Eisenbraun from Florence, South Dakota for playoff football. The stadium is experiencing some technical difficulties, so if we do go off, bear with us. They're trying to get the lights going here, but hopefully we'll have a on-time start for tonight's game here. So we heard the pregame talk there at the beginning where the coach is talking about the keys of their game. Canistota got a lot of experience in the playoffs, including some state championships in the past years. And they're trying to get this younger group of team right back to the state tournament. Florence, on the other hand, has not been to the state tournament in a very long time. We heard in the pregame how long it was for them just to host a playoff game. So a lot of exciting people here in Florence tonight for these Florence Henry Falcons. So we're going to see if they can get these lights up and going. We'll take a minute break here and come right back to Florence, South Dakota.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, welcome back to Florence, South Dakota on KS93 tonight for the playoff football game between the Florence Henry Falcons and Canistota Freeman Pride. So we're going to take a few minutes here and let you know how these teams got to the playoffs this year. Canistota Freeman is the away team tonight. They are 4-4 on the season. They've had a lot of tough games down in the south part of South Dakota there, and a lot of close games as well. They started off the season with a close loss to Platte Geddes. They beat Elkton Lake Benton, Viberg Hurley, Garrettson, Irene Wakanda for their 4 victories this season. They've lost close ones last week to Hanson, close one to the Platte Geddes, like we said, and Chester area, as long with facing Howard, a very good 9 single-A team. And that's how they've gotten to 9-4 on the season. Florence Henry Falcons, we talked about them, 7-1. They are the 6th seed here in the playoffs on the season. Their only blemish being a loss about 3 weeks ago over in Warner. That was Florence just started off slow, could not finish her in the end. So 7-1 gets them to the 6th seed tonight. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Ipswich. And let me see who they are playing tonight. I know Ipswich has their home game tonight. That is against Lemon McIntosh. So that should be a very good football game as well. Field conditions tonight after about over 1.5 inches of rain yesterday. It's going to be a little slippery tonight. We've seen even in pregame some of the quarterbacks trying to get their footing as they're dropping back for passes. So we'll see how that affects the game. Looks like we have a few more minutes here. They're working on the power. Looks like we might have power back on, so that is a good thing. So we'll take another minute, and we'll come right back here, hopefully for the start of the game here on KS93.
The Mike and Ryan Berg families of RBM Livestock in Florence reminds you to attend their annual production sale the 2nd Sunday in March, selling registered Angus and registered Charolais bulls. Call for more information, 881-7499. That's 881-7499. RBM Livestock in Florence are proud supporters of the Florence Henry Falcon football team.
A local cooperative is ready to power your farm, business, or home. Sioux Valley Co-op delivers petroleum products and services to meet each customer's individual needs. Keeping reliable petroleum resources accessible in the communities we serve is what we do for our members, employees, and our communities. We're strong, stable, and dependable. To learn more about the fuel and propane options that Sioux Valley Co-op provides in your area, please visit SiouxValleyCoop.com or call us at 886-5829.
Sioux Valley Co-op, your energy needs with service guaranteed.
Welcome back here on KS 93 here, Florence Henry, South Dakota, for tonight's first round of playoff football between the Canistota Freeman Pride and the Florence Henry Falcons. So they've been working on technical difficulties here on the field. Not exactly sure what's going on. I think it might be an underground electrical issue, might be with all the rain we have gotten. But the lights are back on. The scoreboard is working. So that is good. We should be able to get game time to start on time. Right now, we talked about with all that rain, the field looks as really good. Whoever was out here working dried her off as good as possibly could be, but it's still going to be slick tonight. So we're going to see if that's going to benefit the 80-yard field in Florence, who's played on that all year with their very good run game, or if Canistota Freeman, they've got some very good skill players as well. They are very electric, but they're used to playing on that 100-yard field. So we'll see if that makes any difference in tonight's games. We are going to have the starting lineups and the national anthem here. So we're going to take about 4 minutes here before we get started on KS 93.
Jim Knutson and his friendly, experienced staff at Putoff Insurance Agency want to cheer the Falcons to victory. Specializing in contractors, farms, and home and auto packages, they offer you protection when you need it with the highly respected companies they represent. Give the crew at Putoff Insurance Agency a chance to show you what they can do for you. Call or stop into Putoff Insurance Agency and have a safe harvest. Let's go, Falcons!
It's harvest time again. Time to start thinking about next year's corn crop, including fertilizer. Pivot BioProven 40 is the only predictable weatherproof nitrogen. Make it your first 40 pounds for season-long performance and larger, healthier corn plants. Pivot BioProven 40, the nitrogen that stays put, weather or not. To find your local Pivot Bio sales rep, call your Northeast South Dakota Territory Manager, Brian Kohlenberg, at 605-881-2421.
The Risloff family of RF Feedlot is a proud supporter of Florence Henry Falcon football. They would like to wish the Falcons the best of luck in the Class 9AA football playoffs. Go, fight, win, Falcons! Good luck to the Florence Henry Falcon football team from the Risloff family of RF Feedlot. Keller Cabinets Incorporated has been a staple in the Wallace community for years. They specialize in custom cabinet work for your home. They would like to wish the Florence Henry Falcons good luck in tonight's game. Keller Cabinets Incorporated of Wallace are cheering the Falcons on to a victory.
Darren Mertens here to let you know Ford has a vehicle for whatever you throw at it. The Ford lineup of pickups, from the Ranger to the Tough F-Series, tackle work and fun. Not ready to sit at the sidelines are the Ford SUVs and crossovers, including the new Bronco, the Edge, the Escape, and the Expedition. Then there's the high-performing Mustang. Even the best vehicles need quality service department, and Ryan and his staff offer just that. Millbank Ford, West Highway 12 in Millbank, and millbankford.com.
This is Julie Nealon with Glass Products. We are proud members of the Watertown Area Home Builders Association and the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce. Tony and his crew at Glass Products can help with all your glass needs, commercial, residential, and auto. But we also do screen repair, enclosed porches, and so much more. Visit Glass Products at the intersection of Arrow Avenue and Highway 81 or call 605-882-2344.
Custom Fabricators Incorporated in Watertown promises to continue to keep their tradition of quality parts and great customer service, which you've come to depend on for over 30 years. They are continuing expanding to better serve their customers. Custom Fabricators is actively involved in community events, promoting and supporting Watertown and the surrounding areas. Custom Fabricators Incorporated of Watertown, the leader for all of your fabrication solutions.
Sharp Automotive in Watertown is proud to announce that their Abra Body Shop has a new location. They've moved directly west of the Sharp Toyota showroom on West Highway 212 in Watertown, offering you a more convenient location with the same great service and quality workmanship you've come to trust from their Abra Body Shop. If your vehicle's in need of repairs, stop in or give them a call. 605-886-8083. Sharp's Abra Body Shop at their new location just west of the Toyota showroom at Sharp Automotive, West Highway 212, Watertown.
Welcome back here, KS93 from Florence, South Dakota for tonight's playoff game. We were talking earlier about a little bit of technical difficulty, so we won't be able to hear from the Crow's Nest the starting lineups. So they are going to just jump straight into the national anthem tonight. So no starting lineups at the field, but we've got the scoreboard up, the lights are on, and everyone's ready for some playoff football.
Yeah, geez, that's one of the things about being a dual threat here. You got to be the superintendent sometimes. You got to do radio, so we're trying to mix it on. I appreciate the flexibility as the honors choir from Florence goes down to midfield to do the national anthem. We won't have starting lineups here this evening. Got some issues with the electricity, so we're going to try what we have, but pretty fitting here, pretty fitting. All right, so while they're singing the national anthem, we are going to take a minute-and-a-half timeout and be back on KS93.
You shop around for cars, homes, everything that is important to you, but few have the lasting impact that your children's education does. I'm John Meyer, Superintendent of the Waverly South Shore School, inviting you to shop us. Explore our highly successful academic offerings and our sports and fine arts programs that foster lifelong talents and friendships. Our state-of-the-art school building is proof of our dedication to excellence in education. Waverly South Shore Schools, like a private school education at a public school price.
You've received a call or text message indicating there's a problem with your cell phone, your taxes, your Medicare benefits, or your utilities. And the only way to get it cleared up is to either put funds on a gift card or send cash. All of these are scams designed to obtain your hard-earned funds. Contact the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 1-800-300-1986. Another red flag is the call or text comes in after work hours or on the weekend. Don't become a victim. Let Consumer Protection do some checking for you before you send any funds.
Farming is a competitive business, which is why South Dakota's farmers entrust their grain handling to Brandt, like Brandt's Harvest grain belts. They're available in multiple lengths, intake styles, and drive options, all configured to meet your unique needs. Brandt's full line of augers, belts, backs, get the job done every time. Get yourself some worry-free performance from Brandt and lead the field. Westside Implement is your local Brandt dealer. Call 532-3484. Visit westsideimplement.com or make the short drive to Clark.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Mitch Reed on the call, Joel Eisenbrun, my color guy. They're working on the electricity here. We do have lights in all the banks except for one. Didn't do the starting lineups, so kind of an odd start to this one, but we are going to be playing football somewhat on time this evening. Some names you're going to be hearing from both sides. I'll do Canistota Freeman. My color guy will do Florence Henry, so we'll hear plenty of that. Isaiah Robertson, starting running back here for the Pride this evening. He leads the team with touchdowns. Will Ortman will be Will will be split out wide. The other Ortman will be under center. That's Trace Ortman. Coach Strang will come out in that I formation. You'll see a lot of that with a fullback, and Robertson dotting the I there. The defense comes out in a 4-2. Not very standard of the Canistota Freeman approach. Normally they go to a 3-3, but we'll see a 4-2 this evening. We'll turn it over to Joel while we're working on the electricity. You want to do that and kind of give us a rundown?
Yeah, so for the Florence Henry Falcons, some of the guys you're going to be hearing tonight on the offensive side, some good skill players. You're going to hear a lot tonight from running back Ashton Hansen, senior, 5'9". He's kind of the head of that backfield. Also out wide, very dynamic wide receiver in Makai Keller, 5'10", junior. He'll be out at wide receiver, and sometimes you'll see him step into the backfield as running back as well. Also nice tall tight end, 6'1", Ethan Paulson. He has been very good addition to this Florence Henry Falcon team this year. And then at quarterback for the Florence Henry Falcons, Tegan Sumner Jr., 5'11", will be behind there. The defense for the Florence Henry Falcons has been very strong all year, probably led up front by the defensive lineman Chase Kelly, 6'2" senior, has kind of been the leader there. We're going to hear a lot from him tonight if they're going to want to defeat the Canistota Freeman Pride.
Yeah, and a very good team. I think a little misleading. You don't want to call it a trap game necessarily, but Canistota Freeman comes into the matchup at 4-4, but they play a stacked schedule all year. So they are battle tested. Talking to Coach Strang prior to the game, he used to coach me back in high school. Don't mean to age him at all. But just talking to him a little bit, you know, they start with Platte Geddes, play a close one there. They play Garrettson. They play all the teams down there that do a nice job. Whereas Florence Henry, on the other hand, you know, you got Hamlin, you play Warner, but not nearly as battle tested. So we'll see how this turns out. So I believe Florence Henry won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Canistota Freeman will start. They will go left to right on your radio dial in their white tops, brown bottoms, orange helmets. Back deep to return here for the Pride, number 22. That's Isaiah Robertson, the running back we're going to hear a lot of. And number 10, Ty Merrill. Set to kick it off. It's a low, short kick, and it will bounce out of bounds, and that will get a flag. So on an 80-yard field, I believe they start at the 25-yard line, where the Pride will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, we heard pregame tonight. Coach Schmidt for the Florence Henry Falcons said that they did a great job last week of bending, not breaking on defense. Well, Canistota's got those skill positions. They're going to try to hit some big plays today. So that's going to be a key for the Falcons tonight. Bend, but don't break. Don't allow them to score the big touchdowns.
So they're going to do a re-kick here, okay? On an 80-yard field, it was a little unclear where they were going to get the ball. And with two dynamic backs, they're going to push him back 5 yards and make Noah Lawrenson kick it again. Again, they got Robertson, number 22. We're going to hear a lot of his name this evening. And Ty Merrill. Quite an eventful start to this one. I mean, we got about 2 inches, a little over 2 inches in the area last night throughout yesterday. Worked all day on the field to get it ready. It's sloppy out there. The electricity's not kind of pushed us back a little bit, and then now this. So we'll see how this game kind of plays out. Lawrenson going to try this one again. He gets back to his 25-yard line this time. That's a short kick, bounces, and it's going to be picked up by Robertson at the 20-yard line. And one tackle as he plows over Kohlenberg. He'll get up to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Pride will start, 1st and 10.
And you can see good decision by the coach there, making them to re-kick. They get the ball all the way out at the 35-yard line, so great field position for the Pride to start this game out.
And there are a ton of people here. Again, the first home football game Florence Henry has hosted since 2004, so a lot of excitement here, but a very, very good opponent in the Pride. Shotgun here for Ortman. He's got a running back to his right side, wide receiver to the far, 2 to the near. Ortman takes the chest-high snap, 3-step drop. He wants to go it all over the top. Tess Kohlenberg, and he had Robertson open off his top hand. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, wide receiver comes right out of the slot there, and he had a seam, just maybe a little touch overthrown, but good look there. I'm guessing they'll go back to that kind of pass play here tonight.
So twins to the near side, one to the far. It looks like they want to spread out this Florence Henry squad. Man in motion, that's Robertson. He goes to the far side. They fake it to him, go right up the middle, tries to bounce it up, and he's gobbled up in the backfield. Loss of 1. That handoff was to number 18. That's Noah Kleinsasser. He does a lot of ball handling for these guys as well.
Yeah, great job by the safety. That was Tegan Sumner coming up, moving in actually to linebacker tonight. He moved up, makes a nice tackle in the backfield for a loss.
3 wide receivers again. He got a man in motion. That's Robertson. Ortman takes a snap. He wants 3 steps. He looks. There's some pressure up front. He's going to the outside, and he's going to get out of bounds right at midfield there. kind of assumed that it would probably be 4 down territory at midfield, so he goes out of bounds. 4th and 5, a huge down for both squads early on with 11:15 remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, he might have had a guy, receiver open, but good job by lineman Chase Kelly to get out, push him out of the pocket. He was able to make some nice yards on the quarterback run.
Here's that I formation. Tight end to the near side. He's got a wide receiver to the far and the near. Robertson dots the I. Ortman under center. Says it's Cadence working on a 3-3 defense. He's going to hand it up right up the middle. Tries to go to the outside. He's tackled at midfield. That's a turnover on downs. A huge tackle by the senior, Ashton Hansen. Florence Henry will take over 1st and 10 from midfield.
Great pursuit there by the linebackers to shed their blockers and make a good tackle on Canistota Freeman. So Florence Henry's going to ride some momentum getting that 4th down stop. We'll see if it moves to the offensive side of the football.
11-11 remaining in this first quarter. 4 and out, I should say. And a good defensive stand there for the Falcons. Pro set here with Sumner under center. He's got a running back to the right and the left of him. Wide receivers to the near and far. One of them's in motion. That's Makai Keller. They're going to fake it to him. They want to go right up the middle. Ashton Hansen breaks the tackle to the 30. Across the 25. He's pushed out of bounds. 15-yard carry. Ashton Hansen. 1st down, Falcons.
Yeah, and in covering a few Florence Henry games this year, we've seen that play quite a bit. They'll fake the pitch and then kind of run misdirection with Ashton Hansen the other way. Great run, great start for the Falcons.
So they'll get a 14-yard carry there on their first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line as the Falcons break the huddle in their pro set. Wide receiver to the far and the near. Sumner under center. They're going to fake it again. They go on right under there. He's going to have to just get on it. Tries to give it to the running back, and it ends up on the ground. He dives right on top of it. So a big loss there on 1st down. Loss of 6, 2nd and 16.
Yeah, it looked like they kind of tried to run the same play there. Just looks like they lost control of the ball. And you can see the quarterback right now trying to keep his hands dry. That might be a theme tonight with this wet field tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of the biggest things, like you said, is we'll see exactly what happens with this wet field here. Wide receiver to the far side. They got 2 tight ends. Sumner under center. They want to pitch it outside. Ashton Hansen tries to find a seam. Good pursuit there by the Pride. Gain of probably 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the wet conditions kind of play out right now. They had a blitzing linebacker, had a complete open hole. Could have maybe got him in the backfield, but the blitzer was able to slip. So he was able to gain about 2-3 yards back after that fumbled snap.
So 3rd and 12 here. We'll see if the Falcons put it in the air. They're going to do a running back here, pro set. A little confusion there on the offense. Sumner is going to do a straight drop back. They look for the tight end. They want to go long. He's got a man in and out of the hands of Ethan Paulson. He bobbled it one time. Good defense there by Brady Scott. Or is that number 9? No, that's number 5. Excuse me. Yeah, it is Brady Scott, the freshman. Good play there, bringing up a 4th and 13 for the Falcons.
Yeah, good pass there. He had it in his hands, but the defensive back there did a great job getting his hands to jar that ball loose in the back of the end zone.
Little confusion there. You hate to see it here. Sumner, who hasn't taken a snap in the backfield all year, Taryn, will take one. 3 wide receivers in the shotgun is Sumner. Good snap there. He's got some pressure. He's got to step up. We'll see if he's got some time. He's going to run. And he gets it across the 1st down. And yeah, some flags come in there as it was a block in the back. I saw it. I thought they'd missed it.
And that's going to be a shame because it's a block in the back that they probably didn't need to have. He might have been able to get to that 1st down marker. And we'll see where they mark that penalty because if it's spot of the foul, if it's past the 1st down, he'd still get the 1st.
And here goes another light in the corner of the end zone, so we'll see how long they continue to play. Looks like we're playing with 3 flashlights out here. So 9:58 remaining in this first quarter. Canistota Freeman. So actually they gained a yard on the play.
Yeah, it's basically like they get to replay that same down right over again here with the spot of the foul.
So 4th and 11 here for the Falcons. Time's running with 9:45 remaining in this first quarter. Sumner under center. He's got a man in motion. That's Ashton Hansen. Straight drop back. They're looking. Pressure. He wants to run outside. He's got some time. He's going to try to cut it up, and he's tackled at the 20-yard line. Ends up gaining 7 yards, but on a 4th and 12, they will be turned over. And it looks like we got lights here, ladies and gentlemen. So that's where I'm going to bow out here and make sure we're good. Joel's going to take over for me.
All right, so Canistota Freeman's going to take over here. 1st and 10 from it looks like their 20-yard line. Canistota's going to come out in the I formation, split receivers out wide. Quarterback under center. He's going to give it, handoff. Up the middle is the running back. He's going to go down across almost to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 17 yards for Canistota Freeman and a first down. So a great run up the middle there, getting that push. So maybe a gain of momentum here after another 4th down stop, and they come out with a good run. Canistota Freeman back in the I formation. Twins left of the quarterback under center. Quarterback's going to take the snap, run up the middle. Flag is on the play. It's going to be about a gain of 3 on the play, but I think they're going to get an offsides. A little bit of a jump there by a Florence Henry Falcon defensive lineman. We'll see what the call is here. Refs are conferring. It does look like a good thing. The lights are back on. So hopefully maybe we'll get some announcers in the stadium as well. Refs are still talking about marking off the play, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be an offsides there on Florence Henry. And they're going to call, offsides on Florence Henry Falcons. Ref pointed the wrong way, but we're back at action here. The Pride, Canistota Freeman under center, I back again. Wide receiver in motion from left to right. They're going to give it to the running back, and there is Chase Kelly in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. No slipping there. That was just the big guys up front for Florence Henry pushing the offensive line backwards. So that's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to make it about 3rd and 7 on the play for Canistota Freeman. All right, again, we're going to have the I formation for the Pride. Split receivers out wide. Quarterback under center. He's going to pitch it to the left. Out left. Good pursuit. That's Ashton Hansen, the linebacker. He's going to come out, and he's going to get a tackle. They're going to be a gain for no yards. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 7. There was the penalty on 1st down, so it remained 1st down. So here we are, 3rd and 7. For Canistota Freeman, they're going to get a few subs in here. The first drive, we saw them throwing the ball down the field. We'll see on a 3rd and long if maybe they're going to go back to that. All right, sophomore quarterback Ortman under center, I formation, split receivers. Handoff up the middle, and that's going nowhere. Chase Kelly, Ashton Hansen, both in the backfield. They're going to maybe give him a little bit of a yard on the play. So it's going to be 4th and 6 for the Pride. So the pursuit right now by the Florence Henry defense is being definitely disrupting this running game. All right, so Canistota Freeman here on 4th and 6. They're going to have 3 receivers, 2 split out left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. He's got his running back to the right. He's going to drop back to pass. He looks left, fires left, got a receiver open, and that is caught. That's going to be good for a 10-yard gain and 1st down. That pass is completed to Isaiah Robertson, the senior for the Pride. So a nice drop back pass there, little out route, and he's able to get the 1st down all the way to the 30-yard line. So Canistota Freeman able to get a couple first downs in a row here. But the bend not break, we talked about that at the beginning of the game with Coach Schmidt. Florence Henry's going to have to try to get a stop here with Canistota trying to get a drive going. Looks like quarterback's going to come back out in shotgun, same formation, Twins left, running back to his left. He's going to hand it to him, run up the middle, and he's not going to get much there, maybe a yard or two on the play. Ashton Hansen and Tegan Sumner on the tackle there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. We've got about 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. The score is 0-0. Both teams have had the ball once and failed on 4th down. Canistota here on their second drive has crossed the 40, inside the 30 now on this drive. We have quarterback Ortman under center, Twins right, I formation. He's going to drop back to pass, but the whistle's going to blow here. Flag is thrown on the play. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be a full start on Canistota Freeman, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Going to make it 2nd and 13 now from their own, or from Florence Henry's 34-yard line. So a little bit of a crisp evening. We are in the 30s now. It says the temperature outside is 35 degrees, but no wind. So a very nice fall night here for football. We have the Canistota quarterback in shotgun, Twins right. He's going to look back, fires, and he's got a receiver open. That's going to be a nice pitch and catch there to Isaiah Robertson. He's going to get a gain of about, looks 11 on the play. It's going to make it a 3rd and short. 3rd and very short, 3rd and about a yard for Canistota here. Subs are going to run in here for Canistota. Florence Henry has done a good job so far getting penetration up the middle, but now all of a sudden Canistota, a couple nice pass plays from Ortman to Robertson has led this drive. Play clock coming to a close here. They got to get the snap off, I formation, hand off to the right. That's to the running back. He's going to gain the first down and a little bit more. The running back, that's Isaiah Robertson, the senior. Nice run there to the right. That's going to be a first down all the way to about the 11-yard line. So good play there for the Pride. Make sure tonight, check this game. We have it on GoWatertown.net if you would like the live streaming of tonight's game. All right, Canistota. Quarterback under center, I formation, Twins left. Takes the snap, hands off to the running back, and in the backfield, Chase Kelly. Again, he's getting back there. Also at Justice Fitzgerald along with him. So that's going to be a loss of 2. So we've seen that quite often here where if they try to run up the middle, Florence Henry's kept it plugged. They've got their runs from kicking it outside and some nice pass plays for the Pride. So it's going to be 2nd and about 11 here. 4 minutes, 37 seconds and counting remaining in the quarter. Canistota breaks the huddle. They're going to come out. Twins left. One receiver to the right. Shotgun. He's got his running back, Kleinsasser, to his left, and there's going to be another flag here. Looks like it's going to be a delay of game. Yes, it is. Delay of game there on Canistota Freeman. They were close a couple of plays ago to getting a delay of game, so I don't know if it's a miscommunication with the play calls getting them in. But that's something they need to figure out because now they've got a 2nd and 16, not making it very easy on themselves once they've gotten in the red zone here. All right, so they're going to break the huddle. They're going to come out in that same formation here. Twins left, wide receiver to the right, quarterback in the shotgun, Kleinsasser to his right. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to fire it to the right. That's going to be caught. That's going to be completed by number 7, Will Ortman. He looks like he's going to get about 6 yards, so they're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Make it about 5, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 here 4:14 in the first quarter. So Canistota again here. They're taking a little while to get that play call in. So the quarterback just comes back. They're going to come back in the shotgun here. Twins left, wide receiver to the right. Running back to the right of the or to the left of the quarterback. He's going to slip and fall, and that's going to be a loss. And there's that wet field again. Quarterback gets it. It looks like it was going to be a quarterback keeper the whole way. He's going to slip in the grass and fall. That's going to be a loss of about 3. That's going to make it 4th and about 14 here. That's going to be from about the 15-yard line. So we'll see what Canistota does here. All right, so they're going to go for it on 4th down. You got to expect a pass here for Canistota. Quarterback in the shotgun. Twins left. Wide receiver right. He's going to drop back to pass. He looks left. No one there. Here comes the pursuit of Florence Henry. He's going to scramble off to his right. Looks to the back of the end zone. He's got a man. It's caught. No, they're going to say he did not get his feet in, and that's going to be incomplete. So the wide receiver caught it, but they said he did not get his foot in bounds. Coach does not like that in the back, but I don't know if he bobbled it. It was tough from my angle if he bobbled it or not, but great job by the quarterback to give his wide receivers a little extra time to get open. Just was not able to complete it. So a turnover on downs. There's that bend, not break by the Florence Falcons. We'll see if they can turn it around and have a nice drive on their own here. All right, so getting right back to it here. Florence Henry breaks out of the huddle here. Quarterback Sumner's going to go under the center. He's got one wide receiver to the left. Ashton Hansen running back behind him. I formation. Back to pass goes Sumner. He's going to look. He slips. He's able to stay on his feet. Still on his feet. Almost gets sacked. Get rid of it. And he's going to go down. That's going to be at the 1-yard line, so that's going to be a big loss there for the Falcons. That's going to be a loss of about 14 yards. So he dropped back to pass there and then slipped, dodged a couple of sacks, but Canistota Freeman, their relentless pursuit there, was able to get the sack. So good work for the pursuit on the defense of the Pride. So this is going to make it 2nd down and very long from their own 1-yard line. Got to be careful for a safety here. 2 minutes and 44 seconds and counting here in the quarter. So kind of a little confusion in the backfield here for Florence. They're going to go back. No one in the backfield to hand it off to. And quarterback's going to have to run it himself too. So there was a lot of confusion there. Quarterback Sumner was calling for a running back to come to the backfield. Then when he took the snap, there was no running back behind him, so he had to take it himself. He was able to gain a couple yards there, and that was about it. So we're going to have a 3rd and very long, I'd say about 25 here for Florence Henry Falcons. So the key here is you're going to have to try to get out of your own end zone. So if you're going to have to punt it, that you can not leave Canistota with such a good field position. So we'll see what they do here. Took a while to get the play in, so they're going to call a timeout for Florence Henry Falcons. So we're going to take a quick minute break, and we'll be back at KS 93.
G and Stein Seed, featuring the latest technology in corn and soybeans. They offer products from Pivot Bio, nitrogen fixing for corn, and delivery services available. For more information on any other seed technology, call Olson Seed at 233-1323 or Jeff at 880-5004. That's Olson Seed out of Bradley, South Dakota. Proud supporters of all our local area sports teams.
Are you a competitive parent? If so, keep your kids drug and alcohol free. It's a fact. One night of drinking can undo as much as 14 days of athletic training. Student athletes are expected to demonstrate year-round behavior that reflects positively on the individual, the school, and the community. The use of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and other drug use is not allowed. Student athletes need the support of parents, community members, teachers, and coaches. Be strong. Be the influence. Keep our youth alcohol and drug free. A message from the Watertown Healthy Youth Coalition and the Watertown Tobacco Free Coalition.
Danger zone here for the Falcons, deep in their own territory with 1:48 remaining in this first quarter. The Falcons are faced with probably a 3rd and 27. 3rd and 27, probably on their own 3-4 yard line. So definitely wanting to get some space here. A big stop on 4th down in the corner of the end zone. And the Falcons looking to do something here. Sumner under center. He's got 2 running backs to his back. They're going to run a little option. Pitched outside, Ashton Hansen, and he did. He got exactly what he needed to. About back to the first, probably about 3 yards short of the original line of scrimmage, but huge for field position as they're going to be set to punt here.
Yeah, that's always a tough play for a quarterback, too. Going to his left, he's going to have to pitch that option with his left hand, so not always good for a high school quarterback who's right-handed, but he did a good job getting that pitch to Ashton Hansen and gaining some yards.
With a wet ball to boot. So 1:42 here, back to punt is Ashton Hansen. Back deep to return for the Pride is Robertson. Good snap there. Good kick, high kick here. And a good bounce for the Falcons as it bounced over to the 35 to the 32 yard line. So after that long loss on the play, they're lucky to be where they're at. They got to be pretty happy with that with 1:32 remaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's best case scenario after that play for the Falcons. Losing yards, able to switch the field position, get it across midfield, make Canistota work a little bit to get back into a threat to score a touchdown.
So 1:32 remaining in this first quarter. Twins to the near side. Ortman breaks the huddle. He's got I formation. Robertson dotting the I. He's going to take a short snap. He's got a guard pulling. Right up the middle he goes. Robertson dives forward for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
And we've been seeing that tonight. The runs up the middle just have not been there for the Pride so far. But when they've able to get outside or they've had some good looks from their quarterback throwing the ball downfield, that's when they're gaining some yards. So we'll see if Canistota tries to go back to what's worked so far or if they're going to keep pounding the middle and seeing if Florence Henry will break.
2nd and 8 here for the Pride. Different formation we haven't seen yet. Robertson in motion from the flex spot. 4 missed tackles, and Paulson's going to force him out of bounds there. They should have had him for only a gain of 2. Instead, Robertson sprints up the sideline, a gain of 35 yards and a first down.
So they make a little bit of a different formation, do a little misdirection, and then it's just missed tackles after that. Florence Henry had him for maybe only a 3-yard gain, but the missed tackles or what resulted into a big gain. He made it all the way down to the 10-yard line, so that's going to make it 1st and goal for Canistota Freeman. All right, quarterback's going to be in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to be tackled, takedown. That's going to be a gain of maybe a couple on the play. Look like number 33, Justice Fitzgerald, on the tackle. So it's going to be 2nd and goal now from about the 6-7 yard line. We have 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter, so might see one more play here before the end of the quarter. Plays coming in from the sidelines here for Canistota Freeman. They're going to break the huddle. 17 seconds and ticking here. They're going to go I formation. Wide receiver to the left, tight end to the left. So they're going to overload it on the left side here. Quarterback under center. They're going to drop back, hand off up the middle. They're going to get a good block up the middle as he's going to keep pushing. And he is in. They're going to call that a touchdown for number 22, Isaiah Robertson. Senior there for Canistota, just kept pushing the pile. Had some linemen get in the action as well. Pushed them all the way in the end zone for 6. So nice little 6-yard touchdown run there by Isaiah Robertson. Starts the scoring tonight right as the clock ticks out in the first quarter. So they're going to come out for the 2-point conversion. Shotgun, Twins left. Quarterback's going to roll left, looks to the back. He's in pursuit, got a guy wide open on the opposite side of the field, and that's going to be Good for a touchdown. That is caught by number 26, Caden Scott, the fullback. Nice little play design there. And that's going to make our score 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be right back on KS 93.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
Whether you want to invest in new technology, buy new equipment, add acreage, or just need a little help stretching your finances from this season into next, Midwest Bank is here to help. They're a family-owned operation that knows the ag industry like their own, because it is their own. As your local agribusiness experts, they've got the know-how and the financial power to support you and your operation. Midwest Bank, in locations near you, including Summit, Florence, Wilmot, Big Stone City, and Ortonville. Doers welcome. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome KS 93. Joel Eisenbraun right now on the call. Mitch Reed is dealing with some technical difficulties we've been having with some electrical work. But the good news is we've been able to have football all night. So we are on KS 93, also streaming live on GoWatertown.net. So make sure to jump on if you're in the listening area to listen to a very good football game so far. Canistota Freeman was just able to punch it in the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Robertson. They got the 2-point conversion, and they have the lead 8-0. Nice, cool night here in Florence. Canistota set to kick off here after that touchdown. We have Makai Keller, Ashton Hansen back to return for the Florence Henry Falcons. Whistle blows, here goes the kick, and it is going to be a nice long kick. It looks like it's going to go to Keller. Keller gets the ball, he heads up the middle of the field, and he is going to be tackled at about the 22-yard line. So that's where Florence Henry is going to take over here, first down and 10. So they're going to try to get a nice response here after that touchdown. They definitely have the capable to score big, but we have seen tonight for both teams, they've struggled a little bit with this wet field. Couple of fumbles, couple of stumbles here and there. So it's about overcoming those mistakes in this football game. Florence Henry, Sumner's going to go under center. He's got a receiver to his right, pro set formation. Hard cadence, he's going to hand it to Ashton Hansen. Ashton Hansen's going to get tackled in the backfield. That's going to be number 98, Riley Heilenberg, the senior defensive lineman for Canistota. He got back there in a hurry. That's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3, makes it second down on the play. Just notice we have a nice big moon here off to the north today, kind of giving that extra light we need if any of these lights go out tonight. So beautiful night for playoff football. All right, Florence Henry got Sumner under center, pro set formation, wide receiver to the right. Keller's going to go in motion. They're going to pitch it to the receiver. He's going to run to his left, up the middle, and he's going to get hit. That's going to be by number 26, Caden Scott. He gets the tackle. That might be another. Oh, they're going to say gain of nothing on the play, so it's going to make it 3rd and a long 12 for the Florence Henry Falcons. So good pursuit there by Canistota Freeman. So we talked earlier in the game tonight about Canistota Freeman's well-tested. Their record is 4-4, but they have played some tough teams. So they've been used to these hard-hitting games. So that's what's leading them so far in this first half. Quarterback under center. He's going to drop back to pass. Sumner looks left. He's in pressure, and then over the top, he had Clay Troop set up for a screen and just kind of airmails it there. He had the man open. He had blockers. Would have been a very nice play, but it falls incomplete. So that's going to make it 4th down for the Florence Henry Falcons.
You know, kind of Coach Schmidt said this in the pregame show, kind of a bend but not break thing. They scored their touchdown, right? All the pressure's on Florence Henry. They go 3 and out. They've got to make a big defensive stop here. Back to punt is Hansen. Robertson And it looks like there's some movement up front.
Yep, full start there on the Falcons. So they're going to lose a few more yards. So that field position game becomes very important in these close playoff games, and you can't afford 5 yards here and there.
Especially with the conditions the way they are. Hanson again back to punt. We're looking at about 4th and 17 here from their own 15. High snap, good catch there by Hanson's going to have to get it away. Great punt there. And it bounces to the 25, well, that's where it'll be down. So great punt there, a lot of pressure up the middle on Hanson. He gets it away. And Canistota Freeman will take over 1st and 10 with an 8-0 lead, 10-16 to go in this first half.
Yeah, very good. Another good punt for Florence Henry to kind of switch that field position up. That one was very close to being blocked. So good job there by the special teams.
And we haven't given you, now that I think we got everything figured out here, we'll give you a few scoreboard updates as well. Joel will take over that. I appreciate him taking over the play-by-play while I was gone. Ortman in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Man to the right is Kleinsasser. They give it to a motioning Robertson, who tries to get the outside. He does. Dives right at the first down stick. I think he's going to be a little short. So we're looking at 2nd and probably a half a yard for the Pride.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. So couple quick updates we can do in the playoff games here for 9AA. So the winner of tonight's game will take on the winner of Ipswich Lemon McIntosh. That's 8-0 right now. Ipswich over Lemon McIntosh.
So 9:45 and counting remaining in this first half. 2nd and 1 here at the 34-yard line of the Pride. I formation behind Ortman. Under center. And they jump up front. There's 3 of them, and this is exactly what they're talking about here. Bend but not break. Don't just relax. They're moving the ball. They've got a lot of momentum. We'll see how Florence Henry responds to this.
Yeah, they're going to say they jumped off sides, encroachment there on the defense. So that's going to give Canistota Freeman that first down.
Needs to get 1 up front. The ball's right there. Both the defensive tackles jumped. I formation here. Wide receiver to the far and the near. Ortman under center. You're going to hand it right up underneath. Good sidestep. Jumps over a would-be tackler is Robertson to the 25. Tackled at the 20-yard line. A good 20-yard gain, but there will be a flag on the play, usually in the spot of a block in the back.
Yeah, it looks like it came after he got to the 2nd level there, is where they threw that flag, and it's going to be a hold on Canistota Freeman. So that's going to bring a very nice run back.
And I know a block in the back is a spot foul. Is a holding a spot foul?
Yes, I believe that is too. So you can see they're marking it off there from the start of the foul. So basically he's going to put it back to the line of scrimmage because that was about 10 yards downfield.
So again, we'll try this again. 1st and 10. Great running by the running back, Robertson. I believe he is a senior, number 22. Yes, a senior.
Yeah, in the first couple drives up the middle, they were getting nothing going. Looks like they maybe got their blocking scheme down and figured out because they're getting some nice runs here on the last few drives.
Twins to the near side. Ortman in that I formation again. You're going to drop straight back. He's got Robertson. Good breakdown and tackle there by Clay Troop in the open field. Loss of 1 yard. 2nd and 11 for the Pride.
Yeah, great job there. They had twins left there. They sent both guys on the streak, tried to get the running back to kind of fill that opening. Good job by Troop to step up and make the tackle for, looks like about a loss of a yard.
8:34 and counting in this first half. This second quarter is brought to you by Olson Seed. 8:28 remaining. 8-0, the Pride lead, and they're driving. 2nd and 11 here for the Pride, right at about midfield. A shotgun snap here. Twins to the near side, 1 to the far. They're going to look for a screen on the backside. Good play there by Clay Troop again on the far side. A pass intended for Robertson, deflected by Troop, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Pride.
So they tried running the same play that they scored that 2-point conversion, getting the fullback Scott kind of do a throwback to him, but Florence Henry did a good job snuffing that out, and then Clay Troop getting a hand on the pass on the other side, fall incomplete.
So 8:09 remaining here, 8-0. Huge play for both squads here. Florence Henry doesn't have much momentum at all. A stop would be huge for him. Twins to the far side, one to the near. Kleinsasser to the left of Ortman. Takes the shotgun snap. He's got pressure. It's tossed to Kleinsasser, and he's got some room. Good play there, and he's tackled at the 35-yard line. Good headsy play there by the sophomore quarterback Ortman. Tosses it to Kleinsasser. Otherwise, he'd have lost probably 10 or 15 yards, but instead gained 6 yards on the play. Now 4th and manageable 5.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't gain a yard, I think they probably think about punting there for 4th and long. But, able to pitch that off to the fullback, gain some yards, and give them this opportunity to go for it on 4th down.
But I'll tell you what, they get a stop here. It might even been better than the sack. That punt yardage, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So this could be a good play here for the Falcons if they're able to stand true. Twins to the near side, one to the far. Ortman in the shotgun. He's got Kleinsasser to his right side. 4 down linemen here, and the whistle blows. And a timeout, Canistota Freeman. So they're going to take a quick timeout. That means we'll take one as well and be back in 30 on KS 93.
You're a neighbor, not a number, at AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City. AgWorks works with you to help you be better at everything you do. AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Mitch Reed on the call, Joel Eisenbraun, my color guy, and he's got a scoreboard update brought to you by Millbank Ford.
All right, so number 9 AA playoff games tonight. Hanson up big at the end of the first quarter, 38-8 over Elkton Lake Benton. Platte Galley is up 21-0 on Chester. Parkston Bonholm tied 8-8 in the second. Lyman up 16-0 on Stanley County in the first, and Hamlin down 14-0 to Garrettson so far in the second quarter.
Big 4th down here for the Pride. In shotgun is Ortman. He's going to take a 3-step drop. Not a lot of pressure. He's going to have time here. And here comes the pass is complete. I was going to say there was a hold, and there was 2 flags on the play. Pass intended for Robertson is complete and good for a 1st down. We'll see what the flags are. Looked in the area of a hold, but that's why they don't pay me to ref.
Yeah, Ortman's been doing a good job tonight scrambling, looking for receivers, but sometimes when you scramble that much and give people that much time, your linemen tend to get a little bit of grabby on the defensive lineman there.
So they didn't get a stop, but it's going to look like a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So the Pride are going to look at probably a 4th and 17 from their own 32-yard line.
So, yeah, they're calling it an incomplete pass. So now that if it was incomplete and it hit the ground, that means it's going to be Florence Henry football.
I don't know about that call. It looked like a good catch. Robertson, I think, had his hands under it. But nonetheless, the Falcons get a break, and they're going to start 1st and 10 with great field position from their own 35-yard line on this 80-yard field here in Florence. Thanks for joining us. Again, we got a live stream on gowatertown.net/area sports. Would assume we've got a really good following. I don't know if a lot of people are pumped about watching it in this cold, but holy smokes, Joel, do we have an awesome turnout here again in Florence.
Yeah, very good atmosphere here tonight. Canistota, they travel well, too. If you look at their sideline, a lot of people over there as well.
They got a pro set here as Sumner's under center. He's got a man in motion. That's Makai Keller. He's going to take a quick straight drop back. Nice pass intended for Ethan Paulson. He dances the line, gets it really close to the yard to gain. And they're going to blow this thing dead as it's right on the 35-yard line. That's what they needed for a 1st down. They're going to give it to him. So that's a 1st down. So rather than get it on the run, they tried that last possession. Were stopped. They put it in the air there. One play, 10 yards. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch there. Paulson, nice big tight end there to be able to come off the line and make some nice grabs.
Wide receiver to the near and far is Sumner under center. He's got a man in motion in Keller. Wants to go to the backfield. They're going to run a little counter pitch there to Hanson. Looked like he had some daylight as he dives forward for a gain of 5. Yeah, I had some daylight, but holy smokes, does Canistota Freeman collapse that hole really well.
Yeah, and good job by Caden Scott, the sophomore, he hold on to his leg, because if he was able to pop that outside, Ashton Hansen was going to go all the way to the end zone. So good job by the defense to pursue there and get the stop.
Something to keep in mind here is they get the ball. Florence Henry gets the ball at half. Right up the middle here. He's not touched. Good running there by Ashton Hansen. He's hit 2 or 3 times, but eventually goes down at the 13-yard line. Another first down for Florence Henry.
Yeah, so you can see a little bit of pop in their step right now for the Falcons after that run. Lowering his shoulder, breaking a couple tackles, gets inside the red zone.
They're going to speed it up here as Sumner under center. He's got the pro set to his back. Take the snap. They're going to hand it right up the middle to Ashton Hansen. He's going to be good for about 4 yards on that first down carry. 2nd and 6 from about the 9-yard line. 5:52 and counting remaining in this Olson Seed and Bradley second quarter. Canistota Freeman leads 8-0 over Florence Henry.
Yeah, nice little run here. Now they're going to slow it back down. Nice. 2nd and 6. You kind of have your option here if you want to throw the ball or run the ball. So it's always a good position to put yourself in.
Here we go. Pro set. 2 tight ends in the ball game here for Sumner under center. Says his cadence and takes the snap. They want to run the option. It's denied from the outside. He's going to try to dive forward. He lost his footing. And I would say out of anyone for Florence Henry, it's Sumner that's struggling the most with the footing so far. But nonetheless, dives for a gain of 4 yards, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, if he doesn't stumble on that play, he might be able to cut it up to the end zone there. But cornerback Ty Merrill was able to step up, make the tackle just short of the first down.
So 4:58 and counting remaining in this Olson Seed and Bradley second quarter. Falcons are knocking on the door at the 4-yard line, 3rd and 2. Sumner is just going to take the snap. It's dropped. Tried to get going, but it looks like the Falcons are going to end up with this.
Well, a Canistota guy came out of the huddle now, or out of the pile here. He's got the football in his hands.
Oh, they gave it to him, so they're going to sit there and keep the clock rolling. That means there's not a turnover on down. So rather than saying whose ball it was, he just kept the clock going. But now, with that loss of 1, we're looking at 4th and 3. A huge time in this game right now here for the Falcons and the Pride.
Yeah, clock running, taking their time in the huddle here.
I would assume they're going to call a timeout. It's kind of what it's looking like here. Big play in this ball game. Yep, they take a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in 30 on KS 93.
Ever get stressed out from not having enough time to get your payroll or books straight? Or how about wondering what tax time might bring from not having a very good year? Nikki Watson, CPA in Watertown, is here for you. Her team can help with bookkeeping, payrolls, tax returns, and they're a full-service accounting firm. Nikki Watson, CPA. Call 878-7800 or stop by at 719 South Broadway, Watertown.
So Coach Strang over in Canistota Freeman kind of wanted to talk about it because they gave the ball to Florence Henry, and Canistota Freeman came out of the huddle with it. I think there's some confusion on the field thinking there was a timeout. There wasn't. Now they're going to take one. So with how crazy this has been, me back and forth, we're not going to take a timeout. We're just going to talk a little bit. We're just going to relax and just kind of let her play. Joel, how you doing? How you feeling?
Oh, good. Beautiful night for playoff football. I mean, I know for some people it's a little chilly, but we got the moon coming up here. No wind. Nice, crisp fall evening. And both these football teams are playing hard. We're seeing mistakes, tough field. But this is what these kids love playing.
So you're looking at 4:03 remaining in this first half. 8-0 our score. Canistota Freeman leads after a nice little touchdown and a 2-point conversion good. But Florence Henry's knocking on the door. They are looking at a 4th and 3 from about the 4-yard line, so they still could get a first down. Joel, you want a little scoreboard update other than 9AA? Just kind of give us like Duels playing, Clark, Willow Lake. I think Watertown's playing as well.
Yeah, we'll see if I can get on here. Groton up 7-6 right now on Wagner. That's in the second quarter. Sioux Valley up on Duel. That's 20-0 right now No score reported for Aberdeen Roncalli Redfield. Winner has already finished it. They won 60-0 on Clark Willow Lake earlier this evening.
4th and 3 here as both the teams break the huddle. They're going to look back. Both teams are going to look back on this being one of the biggest plays of the game. Pro set here for Sumner. He's got Hansen to his right, Mackay Keller to the left. Under center, Sezins Cadence. They're going to hand it right underneath. They want to get it to the outside. A good play there. Dives forward. Touchdown! Mackay Keller. They run the option. Sumner stopped in the backfield. Just throws it behind him. And Mackay Keller takes off running to the corner of the end zone. 5-yard touchdown run. Mackay Keller.
Nice little cool play there for the Falcons. Looked like it was going to be stuffed. And, yeah, he was able to sling that right out to Keller. And he makes a nice break tackle right at the goal line to score.
8-6 our score, and they're going to run a PAT kick here. Barbosa set to kick this one away. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, right through the uprights. Our score, after a 5-yard touchdown run by Keller, Octavio Barbosa knocks it between the uprights. 8-7, we've got a ball game, Joe. We'll take 30 seconds and be back on KS93.
The Mike and Ryan Berg families of RBM Livestock in Florence reminds you to attend their annual production sale the second Sunday in March, selling registered Angus and registered Charolais bulls. Call for more information, 881-7499. That's 881-7499. RBM Livestock in Florence are proud supporters of the Florence Henry Falcon football team.
Welcome back to the broadcast on KS93. 8-7 our score, a big score there with 3:57 remaining. They were looking at a 4th and 3. Coach Bastian, the offensive coordinator, calls an option, fakes it to Ashton Hansen, and they sniffed it out in the backfield, but a little crafty play there by Sumner, pitches it back to Keller, and he sprints to the corner of the end zone, dives forward for a 5-yard touchdown run. 8-7 our score after Barbosa knocked in the extra point. And it's a brand new ball game. Florence Henry gets the ball at half, so keep that in mind as Canistota Freeman looking to make this a 2-possession game. Lawrenson set to make his second kick. The first one went out of bounds. Just keep that in mind. Lawrenson from the 30-yard line just kicks a short squibber, and that one's going to go out of bounds. That one will go out of bounds too, but I'll tell you, they're either going to probably take the position of it. I don't know. We'll see. They declined it last time. And all Lawrenson's got to do is just kick it right in the middle, but maybe it's too small of a field. I don't know.
Yeah, and you can see the way both teams have lined up. They're expecting to get a re-kick here.
Well, they did last time, so. The ball's going to go out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to do a re-kick here by the looks of it. And they just need a squib kick. I mean, their defense, again, like Coach Schmidt said, and it's kind of been like that all year, bend but don't break, bend but don't break. So don't give them any more yards here. It would be awesome to stop them here before half. Canistota Freeman's got a high-powered offense. We've seen it already. Lawrenson set to kick it off now from the 25. 8-7 our score. Lawrenson approaches the ball, and he's just going to kick it short right up the middle. Gets it across the 25. Slow roller here. They break down, and that is not Scott.
That's Kleinsasser.
Kleinsasser. Gets it to about where it went out of bounds, so nothing hurt, I guess. And it kind of worked that way last time, too. So Lawrenson's 0 for 2. We'll see if we can get another one the next time, right?
Yeah, and then you talked about it before here. Field position's big, but with only 3:49 in the second quarter, this drive is big for both teams heading to halftime.
Twins to the near side, one to the far. Ortman in the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. That is Kleinsasser. So now we got trips to the near side. They want to air it out. Little in and out to Kleinsasser. Steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, right at midfield. Gain of 7 on that 1st and 10. 2nd and 3 from the 40.
Yeah, and we've seen Canistota Freeman have a little bit of success tonight with them nice little quick pass plays. We'll see if at some point tonight they kind of do a little out and up or something, see if they can get a deep play.
And they've got to young safety in the back. It's Terrence Sumner, and just not a lot of experience there. He's got a man in motion in that shotgun. They're going to run it right up the middle. That's the Kleinsasser, missed tackle, and he gets it across the line to gain of 5 and a first down for the Pride.
Yeah, nice hard run there. We haven't seen a whole lot of fullback runs yet tonight, but that was a very successful run up the middle. Little misdirection for a good first down.
So 1st and 10 here for the Pride. They got that first down of this drive. I formation for Ortman. Robinson dots the I. And another jumped off sides there, and that's 2 of them by that D tackle from Florence Henry. So they'll go 5 more.
Yeah, free yards is just something you cannot give, and you can hear the coach there on the sideline saying you can't give them free yards, especially in a crucial drive here right before halftime. Can't give them any extra momentum in a crucial playoff game.
So 1st and 5 here for the Pride from the 30-yard line of Florence Henry. 3:16 and counting remaining in this Olsen Seed and Bradley second quarter. 8-7 our score. Canistota leads, and they're looking to add to it here before half. Shotgun, he's got a man to his left, and his backside is Ortman. There's that up and, yeah, and I'm just watching. That's my fault there. As it gets to the back of the end zone, puts it up for grabs to number 7, I believe. That's Will Ortman. Step for step with Makai Keller, and they ran that little stop and go and almost had him. Pass incomplete, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's always a tough play to go. Makai Keller pretty quick, so he was able to keep up and make that fall for an incompletion.
I formation here. They're going to run it to Robertson right up the middle, and he slides for a gain of 1, gain of 2, 3rd and 3. And I'll tell you what, Chase Kelly almost jumped a 3rd time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something their coaches know that. So if it gets to a situation like a 3rd and under 5 like this, they're going to go to that snap count and try to get those offsides, get some easy first downs.
So 3rd and 3 here with 2:33 remaining. Canistota wants to get this, but at the same time, they don't want to stop the clock here either. I formation is Ortman. He's got a man right up. He's going to give it to Robertson. Dives out of a tackle, dives out of another tackle, and ends up being brought down at about the 17-yard line. Gain of 7 yards and another first down for the Pride.
So yeah, first down keeps the clock running, so making sure even if something happens and they do not get points on this, they want to make sure Florence has no time left on the clock. So Canistota on a good drive here.
2:03 remaining in this one. I formation for Ortman. They're going to give it to Robinson right up the middle. And they're going to go to that first down carry here. Right up the middle. And they have no rush in there, as they know. Time's kind of on their side. And they've got 4 down linemen, and they are owning it up front here on this drive. A 6-yard carry by Robertson, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, ever since that second drive, they have definitely figured some things out to get that push on the offensive line and getting some running room.
So I formation here for Ortman. They're going to hand it right out. Oh, it's a fumble. They're going to dive on it. As he lost that handle was Ortman as he was going back to hand it to Robertson again and kind of threw it at his knees. They're lucky to come up with it.
Yeah, we've seen that from both teams tonight. That ball, I think, gets wet after a little while, and a couple times on those exchanges for the running backs, they've dropped the football. Luckily for both teams, they have not turned it over yet, but still, loss on the play.
Loss of 5 here with just under a minute remaining in this first half. Look for them to throw as Ortman under center in the I formation. They're actually going to pitch it out to the outside, and that's a fumble. Chase Kelly comes up with a fumble, and he pitched it. Robertson just kept running. He couldn't stop to go get it. That's a turnover and a huge play for this Florence Henry Falcons squad.
So, yeah, next play we just talked about neither team giving up that turnover yet, and the fumble happens. And with 50 seconds, we'll see coach's decision here. Do you go into halftime knowing you get the ball first after half, or do you go for it here and try to make something happen with 50 seconds in the quarter?
Play it safe, Joel Eisenbrown. You kneel on this thing and just be ready to come up with your scheme for the second half. We'll see, though. Mr. Bastian's a little more risky than I am. Under center is Sumner. They're going to hand it right off the middle to Haddonson. Breaks the tackle to the 30, to the 35, up to the, and a Face mask, too. That's where they threw it from the backside. What the heck do I know?
And that's why you just don't kneel it sometimes. No, yeah, nice big gain, almost 20 yards, and then they're going to tack on 15 with the face mask here.
So something to keep in mind, Joel, is they do have a kicking game here. Barbosa hit the extra point. Probably would have been good from 30. So just keep that in mind as they're driving now. That first down carry went for 14. Add on another 15. And Florence Henry's in business with 4:33 remaining, or 43 seconds remaining in this Olsen Seed and Bradley second quarter.
And I believe they do have
just a 5-yard, not a 15-yard.
Okay. I do believe they do have a timeout as well, so they may get that as the clock starts running here.
So, wide receiver to the far and near. Sumner under center. He's got a man in motion. That's Ashton Hansen. They want to go to the outside. They're looking. They're just going to go over the top. Good idea. Great safety play there by Canistota Freeman. Brady Scott kind of saw that out. Took a perfect pass to complete it. Any farther, Scott would have picked that thing off. 28 seconds remaining in this first half.
Yeah, one thing both quarterbacks have done pretty good in the second half, even with the slippery field, is they've been able to give their receivers a little extra time to get open. Sumner did a good job there keeping it, but sometimes the safe thing, just throw it out of bounds, live to play another play.
28 seconds here. Probably just trying to get in field goal territory. Field goal, range, there we go. We got a wide receiver to the near, one to the far. Sumner under center. Yep, and there's going to be a little head jolt there. And just being smart here, okay? I mean, if you don't score, it's not the end of the world. But you'd sure like one, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to try to take advantage of that nice play and the penalty. But yeah, 28 seconds left on this clock. If you do throw it, you can go any part of the field. You do have that timeout. So if you catch it in the middle field, you have time for a timeout. Maybe get another throw to the end zone here.
So single back for Sumner. Under center, wide receiver to the far and near. Two tight ends. They're going to go straight drop back. Not a lot of pressure. Good pickup. He's got time. He runs to the outside. Going to get it across midfield. Gets out of bounds. So we're looking probably at about a 3rd and 10 for the Falcons.
Yeah, so he's able to get out of bounds, stop the clock there. No one was open. Canistota doing a very good job at not letting these receivers get wide open. You got the tall tight end in Paulson. You got a quick receiver in Keller out there. Secondary's doing a great job.
So 21 seconds remaining in this first half. 8-7. Canistota Freeman leads Florence Henry. Florence Henry coming into the matchup at 6. The 11th seed is Canistota Freeman. Single back is Sumner. He's got two wide receivers. Takes a snap. A little bit of blitz right up the middle. They're going to go right up the middle to Paulson. He gets a step, goes to the outside, sprints outside. Smart play there by the senior tight end. Gets it right in the middle of the field. Sprints across for a gain of 13 and gets out of bounds with 14 seconds remaining. And what do you think? How many more yards they need, Joel?
Oh, I'd say right now they're at about the 27. If you can get about 10, 15 more yards, you could probably give her a try for a kick if you need to. But with that timeout, I got to imagine they're going to try to get maybe 2 more plays and maybe take a shot at the end zone.
So good play there by Ethan Paulson, the tight end. Sumner hits him in stride, and they get out of bounds. Single back formation here for the Falcons. Sumner under center. Wide receiver to the near and the far. Sumner says his cadence, takes a snap. Good pick up there. Now he's kind of pressured out. Dives for about 3 more yards, and they're going to have to call a timeout with 7 seconds remaining.
Shoestring tackle there by number 98, Riley Heiberger. And if he doesn't make that tackle, he's going to gain 10, 15 yards, and he's going to get out of bounds. So that's a great tackle, diving and able to take the leg out from underneath him.
So 7 seconds here. You know, maybe in the NFL you got a shot at the end zone with a field goal here, but high school, it kind of takes a little longer to develop. Turns out there's no 4.2 speed out there, especially in this weather. But 8-7 our score. It has been a dandy so far in this first half.
So they're going to add a second on the clock. It's going to be 8.2 remaining here. So, yeah, they don't have a timeout now, so here you either got to go to the end zone or you got to go to the sideline with no timeout.
So we're struggling with the clock. We pay the guy about $1,000 a game, and he can't figure the clock out. 8-7 our score. Canistota Freeman leads this one. Little trouble with the clock here as they're talking what they're going to do on this last second play. They are out of timeouts, Joel?
Yeah, so that was their third timeout here for the Falcons. So they're going to either, my guess is they're going to run a couple outs, maybe look for a quick pass, get out of bounds, or they're going to try to throw it up to, we've seen Paulson with a couple nice heaves towards the end zone. So,
all right, 1 second here. Joel, keep it over.
All right, so yeah, with 7 seconds left on the clock, it looks like Florence Henry is going to head out onto the field. They're going to work on the clock now. It kind of seems like it's stuck, and they cannot get the seconds on there. So we'll get started here, hopefully, in just a second. We can look at some local scores while we're waiting here. So some 9A action, which we haven't talked about. Castlewood already in the fourth quarter up 36-20. That's on Kadoka area. Warner at halftime up big on Phillip. That's 48-0 in that game. With 4 minutes left in the second quarter, Harriet Selby is up on Northwestern 36-6. And DeSmit up big in the second quarter, 46-6 on Britton Hecla. 4-9 AA right now. Canistota Freeman is in this game 8-7. I'm just trying to read them off here. Garrettson up 21-7 on Hamlin right now. That's with 1 minute left in the half. Lyman and Stanley County, that's 16-0 right now at halftime. Parkston Bonholm knotted up 8-8 at halftime. And it looks like they've got the clock figured out here.
I did.
And yeah.
Old Nelly over there, attaboy. Farm Credit Service, check him out. Travis Nelson. With 8 seconds remaining. 8-7 our score, and it seems like they got one more shot at this as Sumner. Under center, he's got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far, 1 to the near. They're going to go right out of bounds, and Hansen's going to dive forward right at the line of gain, and it looks like we might be able to get a field goal.
They're gonna give her a try here.
Give her a whirl. So Octavio Barbosa, he's pumped up. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's hopping. He's ready for this. Looks like so the ball's gonna be spotted about at the 19-yard line.
So yeah, you just got to make sure it doesn't get blocked.
So yeah, this is going to be about a 35-yard field goal attempt for him. 35-yard field goal.
Just make sure you get this thing off, and they're going to ice the kicker here. Barbosa, you don't know much about a football americano, puts his head up. He's never heard of icing the kicker before.
No, foreign exchange student from Brazil here. He's excited to go. Yeah, he likes his soccer, or as he calls it, football. So he's out here ready to kick it and try to put Florence Henry up by 2 at half if he can put this through.
But the big thing is you got to talk to the offensive lineman. Once they hold, you count 2, 3, 4, and you take off running the other way on a block because you have no help on a block. So make sure you guys got some speedy guys back there and just get this thing off. If it goes in, that's a bonus. If it doesn't, it's like a punt. Time's out, and they're going to go into the locker room down 1. But a real gutsy, real courageous. I'm not an English teacher, so I don't know much about adjectives. But quite a gutsy drive there right before half to get in into territory to be able to kick a field goal here.
Yeah, and the other thing you got to look for, we have seen the ball be a little slick tonight. So as a holder, you got to realize if you don't have a good hold or anything, just fall on it, take the loss, go into half, and know you're going to get the ball here. So if you don't have a great hold, you got to be smart here.
Tegan Sumner, the snapper. Clay Troop, the hold. Octavio Barbosa trying to line up a 35-yard field goal here to end the half. Good snap. Good one. It's up. Off to the left. No good. But time will run out on 0 there. A long field goal. But you're all right with that. I mean, you're all right. Gave a good effort, especially in those conditions. So What a first half of football. Thanks for joining us. Don't go anywhere. This has been a great ball game so far, and we're going to go into halftime. Brought to you by Watertown Healthy Youth. With the score 8-7, Canistota Freeman leads by 1. We'll take 4 minutes and be back on KS 93.
A membership with Sioux Valley Co-op will benefit you. Simply put, a membership with Sioux Valley Co-op is ownership. They're owned and controlled by members. No outside investors. So all of their annual revenues go back to their customers. Become a member today. You will benefit.
Sioux Valley Co-op. Your energy needs with service guaranteed.
Jim Knutson and his friendly, experienced staff at Putoff Insurance Agency want to cheer the Falcons to victory. Specializing in contractors, farms, and home and auto packages, they offer you protection when you need it with the highly respected companies they represent. Give the crew at Putoff Insurance Agency a chance to show you what they can do for you. Call or stop into Putoff Insurance Agency and have a safe harvest. Let's go, Falcons!
It's harvest time again. Time to start thinking about next year's corn crop, including fertilizer. Pivot BioProven 40 is the only predictable weatherproof nitrogen. Make it your first 40 pounds for season-long performance and larger, healthier corn plants. Pivot BioProven 40, the nitrogen that stays put, weather or not. To find your local Pivot Bio sales rep, call your Northeast South Dakota Territory Manager, Brian Kohlenberg, at 605-881-2421.
The Rislock family of RF Feedlot is a proud supporter of Florence Henry Falcon football. They would like to wish the Falcons the best of luck in the Class 9AA football playoffs. Go, fight, win, Falcons! Good luck to the Florence Henry Falcon football team from the Rislock family of RF Feedlots.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS 93. Mitch Reed on the call, Joel Eisenbraun, my color guy. Wow, what a first half here in a sloppy field. A lot of difficulties as we had some electrical issues here, but we're playing football, and it's been a great one. I think everyone that's attended will probably agree with me. Hope you guys agree on the airwaves as well. 8-7 our score. The 11th seed, Canistota Freeman, coming into the matchup at 4-4. Lead the 7-1 Florence Henry Falcons coming into this matchup, the 6th seed. But you just got to be careful when you start making judgments on this, because Canistota Freeman, although they are 4-4 on the year, play a tough schedule. Platte Geddes, they got Chester, they got Garrett's, and they play Hanson, they play Parkston, they play Howard. An extremely good competition down there. But we've had a great game here as Florence Henry will take the second half kickoff here to start things out when we get back. Thank you to our sponsors, Midwest Bank, AgWorks, and Clark, Florence, Garden City, Henry, Wallace, Watertown, and Webster. Nikki Watson, CPA, RBM Livestock in Florence, Ryan and Mike Berg families. Sioux Valley Co-op, Putoff Insurance, Pivot Bio, Brian Kohlenberg, RF Feedlot, Rizlov Family, Keller Cabinets Incorporated, Millbank Ford, Glass Products Incorporated, Custom Fabricators, Sharp Automotive, Waverly South Shore School District, South Dakota Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Westside Implement, Olson Seed and Bradley, Watertown Healthy Youth, Taco John's, and the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Again, 8-7 our score. We'll take another 3-minute timeout and be back on KS 93.
Keller Cabinets Incorporated has been a staple in the Wallace community for years. They specialize in custom cabinet work for your home. They would like to wish the Florence Henry Falcons good luck in tonight's game. Keller Cabinets Incorporated of Wallace are cheering the Falcons on to a victory.
Inventory shortages make keeping your vehicles well maintained even more important. Darren Mertens here from Millbank Ford. We pride ourselves in the courtesy, honesty, and friendly way of doing business offered by our service manager, Ryan Dwyer, and his mechanics. Part shortages may cause an occasional delay, but we do our very best with the goal of keeping you coming back to Millbank Ford. Regular maintenance, repairs, or for help finding a vehicle, stop in, give us a call, or check us out at millbankford.com.
Teddy Bridgewater 7 for 8. His one incompletion is.
This is Julie Nealon with Glass Products. We are proud members of the Watertown Area Home Builders Association and the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce. Tony and his crew at Glass Products can help with all your glass needs, commercial, residential, and auto. But we also do screen repair, enclosed porches, and so much more. Visit Glass Products at the intersection of Arrow Avenue and Highway 81 or call 605-882-2344.
Custom Fabricators Incorporated in Watertown promises to continue to keep their tradition of quality parts and great customer service, which you've come to depend on for over 30 years. They are continuing expanding to better serve their customers. Custom Fabricators is actively involved in community events, promoting and supporting Watertown and the surrounding areas. Custom Fabricators Incorporated of Watertown, the leader for all of your fabrication solutions.
Sharp Automotive in Watertown is proud to announce that their Abra Body Shop has a new location. They've moved directly west of the Sharp Toyota showroom on West Highway 212 in Watertown, offering you a more convenient location with the same great service and quality workmanship you've come to trust from their Abra Body Shop. If your vehicle's in need of repairs, stop in or give them a call. 605-886-8083. Sharp's Abra Body Shop at their new location just west of the Toyota showroom at Sharp Automotive, West Highway 212, Watertown.
You shop around for cars, homes, everything that is important to you, but few have the lasting impact that your children's education does. I'm John Meyer, Superintendent of the Waverly South Shore School, inviting you to shop us. Explore our highly successful academic offerings and our sports and fine arts programs that foster lifelong talents and friendships. Our state-of-the-art school building is proof of our dedication to excellence in education. Waverly South Shore Schools, like a private school education at a public school price.
Welcome back here to Florence, South Dakota on KS 93 for tonight's first round playoff matchup between the Florence Henry Falcons and the Canistota Freeman Pride. We have had a good first half, a very eventful first half. Even though there's not a lot of points on the board, there's been a lot of going around in the stadium. So I'll break down our scoring in the first half. Right towards the end of the first quarter, Canistota Freeman is going to strike first with a 6-yard touchdown run from Robertson. They decide to go for two, and the 2-point conversion is good, and a pitch and catch to Caden Scott made it 8-0. Then in the second quarter, Florence Henry Falcons get on the board from a 6-yard touchdown run by Mackay Keller. The extra point was kicked in good by Barbosa, and that's how we're at 7-8. Only one turnover in the first half. That was by Canistota. Right towards the end, Florence was able to get down to get into field goal range, but they weren't able to convert the 3 points on the field goal. So overall, it's been a very good night. You can see the field is getting a little roughed up here. About 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain in the past couple days. So a lot of guys out working, making sure the field was ready to go for tonight. But it's playoff football here in South Dakota, and what a great crowd we've had tonight by both teams. Florence Henry has a nice big crowd here tonight, and Canistota Freeman driving to the north here has that whole sideline filled out as well. So beautiful night. We're at 36 degrees with just a 2-mile-an-hour wind out of the north. So not much wind. Very good fall football action. So we're going to take a minute here, and we're going to talk about some of the other scores in the area, especially 9AA. We mentioned that the winner of this game tonight plays the winner of Ipswich and Lemon, and that at halftime is 30-0. Ipswich on top, so they are the higher seed. So it looks like Ipswich, which if they win, they get to host either one of these teams next week up there in Ipswich. So that's 30-0 at half right now. Other 9AA playoff games, Timberlake up 14-8 on Loyola Frederick. That's at halftime. Hanson all over Elkton Lake Benton, 54-22. Platte Geddes up 21-6 on Chester. That's with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Parkston Bonholm still knotted up 8-8, so a good game over there. Lyman up 16-0 on Stanley County. Garrettson up 21-7 on Hamlin at halftime. And then for some other local areas, we'll see what we've got. Britton Hecla down big to Smith, up 62-12. So that game looks like that'll be done once it reaches halftime. Castlewood up in the fourth quarter, 42-20 on Kadoka. So good game there. Clark Willow Lake losers earlier tonight to Winner, 60-0. Wagner up 20-14 at halftime over Groton. So a good game there. Sioux Valley going into half is up 40-6 on Dual. And then let's see if we got any local 9B teams going on right now. Avon up on Esteline Hendricks, 58-14. And Gable Volan up 36-14 on Langford. That's with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, so that game is about to end. So that is some of your local area scores for right now. We got about a minute 38, so we'll take about a minute 30 and come right back here on KS93.
Don't become an online shopping victim. Scammers are using email and text messages as a way to obtain account information. Subject lines range from delivery problems to express delivery notification. Scammers often use well-known names such as Amazon, Walmart, and Costco to name a few. If you get an unexpected message, don't click on any of the links. Go to the company directly to find answers. If you have questions about this or other scams, contact the South Dakota Consumer Protection Division, 1-800-300-1986.
Farming is a competitive business, which is why South Dakota's farmers entrust their grain handling to Brandt, like Brandt's Harvest grain belts. They're available in multiple lengths, intake styles, and drive options, all configured to meet your unique needs. Brandt's full line of augers, belts, backs, get the job done every time. Get yourself some worry-free performance from Brandt and lead the field. Westside Implement is your local Brandt dealer. Call 532-3484. Visit westsideimplement.com or make the short drive to Clark.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 30,000 high school student athletes in South Dakota have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about South Dakota high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS93. Mitch Reed on the call. Joel Eisenbrown. Well, I shouldn't say Mitch Reed on the call. Joel's probably done half of it, running all over Tarnation around here. But nonetheless, we got a great game going on. 8-7 our score at the break. Canistota Freeman leads Florence Henry. Florence Henry will get that first possession of the second half. Joel, we kind of talked about some things about either team, the starting lineup. I said Canistota, so I want you to talk about Canistota. What adjustments do they need to make in the second half?
Canistota definitely on the defensive side has done a good job until those last couple drives from Florence. So they just got to keep on wrapping up the running backs, especially Ashton Hansen's had some good runs. And a lot of them have been on broken tackles. So defensively, that's what they need to do. Offensively, Canistota shot themselves in the foot a couple times tonight, whether it was the fumble towards the end of the half or a couple of costly penalties that have put them back and not able to stall drives. So not making those mistakes to end their drives. Otherwise, there's a good chance they're up 2-3 touchdowns right now, but the mistakes have kind of hurt them right now.
I think Coach Strang said that in the pregame show, that they've just made some mistakes. They've played good football. They've played bad football. And I wouldn't say they're playing bad football, but they are playing some mistake football. And that causes problems, especially in these conditions. It's muddy out there. It's wet. I mean, it's squishy. And whatever team's going to play the cleanest second half of football is going to come away with a victory. Florence Henry, on the other hand, as far as what they need to do in the second half to be successful, they've got to just put themselves in a situation, however that is. They've got to put themselves in a situation, being down one score, tied right at the end to give themselves a shot. Obviously, not turning the ball over is huge. Capitalizing on their mistakes, they really didn't. Canistota Freeman shot themselves in the foot, and I wouldn't say that Florence Henry necessarily capitalized on any of those opportunities. If they're able to do that, if Canistota still makes some mistakes, Florence Henry's going to need to capitalize on those, and they're going to have to get a couple breaks, I think. I just think the way this game's kind of going, Canistota Freeman's done an awesome job of moving the football, where Florence Henry's kind of focused on some big plays. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then Florence Henry, you know, they've done little things too tonight. I mean, we've seen 3-4 defensive offsides tonight where they're just not paying attention to the snap count. So they got to focus on that because a play like that on a 3rd and 4th and short, that's going to be crucial in this game, and that's going to lead to who's going to win or who's going to lose tonight.
Clock strikes 0 here, so we're ready to play some football here in Florence, South Dakota. The 6th seed coming into the matchup, hosting this first round. The Florence Henry Falcons trail the 11th seed, Canistota Freeman, by just 1 point. But Florence Henry will take this second half kickoff. We'll see what they've got in store. Back deep to return here for the Falcons, Ashton Hansen, Mackay Keller. Here to kick off. You did this first one. I didn't even see who kicked for him. Number 5. That is Brady Scott. We've said his name quite a bit as a freshman, and he is a quarterback, so I got to assume he might take the reins, but the quarterback, Ortman, is only a sophomore, so nonetheless, very skilled, Joel. Set to kick this one off is Scott. 8-7 our score. Thanks for joining us. It is 36 degrees. It's cold. Scott, just kind of a short line drive. They're going to dive right on it at the 29-yard line. Florence Henry will start. 1st and 10.
Yeah, good decision there by Clay Troop, especially with the slippery field right now. Just make sure you get possession of that football. So he's able to grab it, hit the ground, and they're able to start the drive from about the 28-yard line.
And that, you can tell in those away jerseys, those white ones, they're not looking so white anymore. As Florence Henry walks up to the line. In the pro set, Sumner under center, wide receiver to the far side. That's Mackay Keller. Sumner got his cadence there. He's got a man in motion. That's Keller. They're going to fake little counter run. That's blown up in the backfield. A nice play there by number 98, Riley Heiberger. Riley Heiberger, 6'3", 225. He's a load. The senior brings Hansen down in the backfield. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, and he's blown up a couple of plays tonight in the backfield. So he's done a good job. So we've seen both these D tackles up front today for both teams make some nice plays in the backfield, and that's going to be a crucial. Can you get these guys blocked and get the running game going for either team in the second half?
You got to turn the field position as well. Got to get a first down here to kind of turn the tide. Sumner talking to his running back. That's Ashton Hansen. Wide receiver to the far and the near. Sumner under center. They're going to hand it right off. Nope, they're going to run an option. Gets to the outside. Hansen gets it across the 35. Dives to the forward to about the 37, 38-yard line. And a flag. I tell you what, I don't know if they can't get those flags out of their pants or what. It takes them about 25 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a late flag on the play, and he looks like he's going to call a hold here.
A hold on the outside. Yep. And it's a spot foul. I mean, he threw it out when he's done that like 4 times. But holding on the outside, trying to get the edge was Hansen. And there must have been a hold probably on the wide receiver, I got to assume, in that area. So 2nd and 19 now. This is exactly what Florence Henry didn't want to do. is move backwards, which that's pretty obvious, right, Joel?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the things you can't have. You can't have these penalties to negate runs.
Pro set here. They're going to run an option, but they're going to give it off to Hansen. Gets it to the 27-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards. 3rd and 13.
Yeah, so 3rd and long here. We'll see. They have done some pass plays. They were able to complete a few passes there right before half. Also, we saw the deep pass to Paulson in the first half that just jarred loose, just falls short of a touchdown. So we'll see if they go through the air or stick on the ground here.
Pro set again. They got Hansen and Keller in the backfield. Terrence Sumner to the far side as a wide receiver. Man in motion. That's Sumner. He's going to come all the way across. Straight drop back. They're going to run a little screen. That's to Paulson. Bobbles it away a little bit. He had the inside, tries to go to the outside, and that's a loss of 1. Well set up there. Seemed like there was only 1 defender and 2 offensive linemen. Paulson picks the wrong way to go. He had a 50-50 chance, picked the wrong way. Loss of 1, 4th and 14.
Yeah, and that's Isaiah Robertson, so he's been doing it on both sides tonight, offense and defense. Does a good job shedding his blocker and able to make the tackle and force the punt.
So Hansen had a few close calls here on blocking, but has gotten away a couple of beauties. We'll see what we got here. Low punt, low snap, pressure again. This one's kind of straight up in the air, though. Gets it across midfield, and that's going to end up going to the 39 where it's down. It took a Canistota Freeman bounce back to the 39-yard line. Low snap, handled pretty well by Hansen. And it's probably a punt of 23 yards maybe. Canistota will start 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line.
So, yeah, good field position for them. So they did exactly what Coach, I'm sure, said. We're going to go out and get a stop, and then the offense is going to take the field, and they're going to look for a score here and take this momentum right away in the first half or second half.
I formation, wide receiver to the near side. Ortman under center. He's going to hand it to Robertson right up the middle on a crossbuck. He's got some room to run across the 30. Missed a tackle to the 23-yard line. A good run there by Robertson as he hops through 2 would-be tacklers. This tackle there by Kohlenberg. Ends up running to about the 22-yard line. So a modest gain there of about 19 yards on that first down carry. 1st and 10, Pride.
Yeah, we've seen those kind of runs a few times tonight there by Robertson. He is very shifty if he can get out into space and hard to tackle.
I formation here again. Ortman under center. Wide receiver to the far side. Robertson dots the I. Ortman takes a snap. Straight drop back. 5 steps. He's got a little pressure over the middle. And actually the wide receiver on the outside, Will Ortman, becomes a defender on that play. Pass intended for Ortman, knocked away. Mackay Keller on the defense. 2nd and 10, Pride.
Yeah, if he throws that on target, Mackay Keller might be able to jump that and get the interception. So it might have been a good thing he kind of overthrew that a little bit. Nonetheless, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Canistota still has the ball.
And a little curious on why they threw it. I mean, they've done a nice job on the ground all night. I would assume that's where they're going now. Robertson right up the middle. The first contact right at the line of scrimmage, but Robertson breaks through arm tackles. And that's what's going on right now. Canistota Freeman is winning up front. They are getting angles. Robertson's got good vision. He's diving through them because he's breaking arm tackles, and that's what's going on right now. I formation here for Ortman. You got to assume they're going to keep it on the ground to Robertson. He dots the I. Ortman takes a snap. They're actually going to go to the fullback. Fullback dive. It's probably going to be pretty close. Yep, they're going to give it to him. A 4-yard carry there by Noah Kleinsasser. We haven't said his name a lot. He's done a pretty good job running the football for this Pride offensive unit. But it's been all Robertson this evening. I formation, wide receiver to the far side. That's Ortman. 2 tight ends. Takes a snap. There's a fumble. There's a fumble. It's on the ground. We'll see who comes away. And Ortman comes away with it. He struggled with that snap a little bit. That's Tage Ortman. Puts it on the ground. Loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, they were right about this same area right before halftime when they had that crucial turnover when they should have scored points, and it about gave Florence a chance to take the lead at half. So got to secure that football. Even though it's a wet field, both teams are dealing with it.
keep in mind here, watch the snap count. They've had 3 offsides here as Robertson goes right up the middle. Much better job there of, well, never mind, as he gets out of that pile and a gain of about 10 yards. They're doing a good job, or they did a good job of bottling up Robertson, but they can't tackle. They haven't been able to tackle this second half, and Robertson's taking advantage.
Yeah, Robertson just doing a great job keeping his feet moving, and if they're not going to wrap up, he's going to keep breaking tackles and gaining yards for the Pride.
Ortman, I formation, wide receiver to the near side. He's going to take the handoff right up to Robertson. He goes right up the middle, and here he goes to the end zone. It's in. Robertson, he's met at the line of scrimmage, and Robertson cannot be denied. He scores from 4 yards out. Isaiah Robertson makes this ball game a 14-7 game, and this becomes a huge defensive stop here for Florence Henry.
Yeah, they're able to get the 2-point conversion here. That's going to make it a 2-possession game, so this is a big play here.
Power backfield, 2 fullbacks and a running back. Ortman under the center. He's going to give it right up to Robertson. Nothing doing there. He dives into the end zone. 16-7, a 9-point lead for Canistota Freeman. We'll take 30 seconds and be back on KS93.
Olson Seed out of Bradley, South Dakota sells LG and Stein seed, featuring the latest technology in corn and soybeans. They offer products from Pivot Bio, nitrogen fixing for corn, and delivery services available. For more information on any other seed technology, call Olson Seed at 233-1323 or Jeff at 880-5004. That's Olson Seed out of Bradley, South Dakota. Proud supporters of all our local area sports teams.
Welcome back to KS93's Game of the Week. Robertson dives in from 4 yards out. 2-point conversion is good. 16-7, our score, a 2-possession game here now. Was 6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this third quarter. And that's a big thing here now, too. I mean, obviously, Canistota Freeman got the score, but hanging your head's not going to do you anything. That'll for sure send you home early.
Yeah, Falcons got to remember, they've got the home field tonight. They've got the home crowd behind their back. They've got to respond here, get a nice drive. It is a 2-possession game now when they're successful on both their 2-point conversions. So you're going to have to at least score twice in this game if you're the Falcons. So they're going to have to get a drive going right now.
They weren't going to win scoring 14 anyway. So Scott set to kick this one off. Low line drive right to Troop. He's going to try to run it this time. Going to go straight across the 25-yard line. Didn't really gain anything on the return, but didn't fumble it either. So the Florence Henry Falcons will start 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Do have a couple of professional sports updates right now. We have in the MLB playoffs, the Dodgers are up 4-2 on the Braves in Game 5 tonight. And in the NFL, the Browns are up at halftime, 10-0 over the Broncos.
You're a Broncos fan. That's tough to watch.
Not tonight, I'm not.
Under center is Sumner. He's got the pro set, Keller and Hansen in the backfield. Takes a snap. They're going to run a little option. Goes to the outside. That one's fumbled away. And that's going to end up being Canistota Freeman ball. And you had to assume the way that option was running and just the flanking balls over, eventually they were going to pay the price. Canistota Freeman will take over 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line.
Yeah, not very good there. I mean, they were able to get the penetration, get in the backfield so quick. They were hit Sumner, the quarterback, as he was trying to pitch it. The ball didn't go very far. They were able to recover, and great field position and a chance to really take a big step forward here for the Pride.
You got to imagine a heavy dose of Robertson. They're going to go right up the middle with them, and it's a fumble too.
It looks like Falcons are going to get it right back.
Yeah, they never did get the handoff.
No, it looks like the handoff was a little low, bounced off his thighs, and it batted it right to a Florence Henry Falcon. I think that was Tegan Sumner. So he was able to get his fumble right back. And so there's that mistake they needed. Another life given to the Falcons there.
So they got to capitalize. That's a mistake that Coach was saying in the pregame, Coach Strang. Okay, now Florence Henry has to capitalize. We said that at halftime. Twins to the far side, one to the near. 3 wide receivers here for Sumner. He's got Fitzgerald in the backfield. Straight dot back. They want to do something. They want to go to the outside. He's got some time. Tries to break it down. Misses a tackle to the 30, to the 35, cross midfield. And a first down carry there. That will be good for 23 yards. Tegan Sumner gets it across midfield, and they're in Pride territory at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that might be the biggest play of the night yardage-wise for the Falcons. He's able to scram out, make a guy miss, and then instead of just getting out of bounds, he lowers the shoulder and delivers a little punishment himself to gain a couple more yards. So good run. Maybe that's going to fire up the Falcons here, able to push this in the end zone.
So 16-7, Canistota Freeman leads Florence Henry. Florence Henry, a big Gary there on first down, and they are in Pride territory. They're going to take the snap to Ashton Hansen. Breaks the tackle, dives through to the 31-yard line. And Ashton Hansen was very upset there. Looked like someone might have been trying to turn an ankle. I don't know. He just came up upset, so I don't know. It was a nice 6-yard carry for Hansen. Nonetheless, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, so good gain. Yeah, and you can see the coaches aren't excited about that either. So something's going on the sideline that they weren't too excited about. But nonetheless, still a good yardage on first down for the Falcons.
And there's a flag here on the sideline. Flag on the sideline, and it looks like it's going to be a personal foul on the coaching staff of Florence Henry with 4:56 remaining in this third quarter. So they're going to call a sideline warning. (16-7) our score. Sorry for the delay there, and it was just a 5-yard penalty. I don't know what the world. I watch too much NFL. Why is that 5 yards?
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. And usually, so they must have warned him once, told him to get back, and they didn't, so then they threw the flag. So 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 9 for the Falcons.
So 2nd and 9 here as Sumner goes under center. Wide receiver to the far side. He's got a man in motion. That's Keller. They're going to pitch it to the outside, try to get the corner. Missed block there, but a good running there by Hansen. He's going to go across the field to the 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Ashton Hansen, a scamper of 37 yards, and Florence Henry is back into the ball game, 16-13.
Yeah, Ashton Hansen able to get outside, and then when he cut it back to the middle, there was no one going to catch him with that burst of speed. So big touchdown run for the Falcons.
So a big extra point kick here to get this within 2. They did go for a field goal at the end of the half. Clay Troop the hold. Barbosa set to kick this one away. Good snap there. Good hold. Barbosa hits the upright, and it ends up going in. Octavio Barbosa is good for the PAT. 16-14. Canistota Freeman leads. But Florence Henry's got some momentum. We'll be back in 30 on KS93.
Are you a competitive parent? If so, keep your kids drug and alcohol free. It's a fact. One night of drinking can undo as much as 14 days of athletic training. Student athletes are expected to demonstrate year-round behavior that reflects positively on the individual, the school, and the community. The use of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and other drug use is not allowed. Student athletes need the support of parents, community members, teachers, and coaches. Be strong. Be the influence. Keep our youth alcohol and drug free. A message from the Watertown Healthy Youth Coalition and the Watertown Tobacco Free Coalition.
16-14 our score. Florence Henry and Ashton Hansen, the running back, runs at 37 yards for a touchdown. PAT is good by Barbosa. Right through the well, I shouldn't say up through the uprights. Hit the left upright, goes in, but it's worth all the same, right, Joel?
Yeah, as long as it goes in between the two holes, that is good. So, yeah, makes that a 2-point game. We've got ourselves a really good football game here this evening.
we'll see if Lawrence can get this kicking thing figured out. He's 0 for 2 of kicking it between the sidelines. So Robertson. And there it goes, right down the middle. You can't, and it gets pitched around there. That's number 25.
Levi Schroeder.
Yeah, Levi Schroeder. The freshman picks it up, and he's tackled for really not a gain at all. So Canistota Freeman will take over 1st and 10 on their biggest drive of the game. I shouldn't say that because we're going to have a lot of big drives, kind of the feel of this one. But a big drive to get some momentum back on their side. As Ortman comes out in the I formation, wide receiver to the far and near. And again, a heavy dose of Robertson, you got to assume here. Ortman under center. The sophomore quarterback hands it to Robertson, and he's tackled for a gain of 4 yards. And here comes a flag from the back.
And a late flag on the play.
And yeah, I think someone came in a little late there, which he did. I mean, he did.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of blocked him over the guy who had just got tackled, or the defense kind of pushed him over. So I think some people are a little worried too. Seems like the flags are coming out a little bit late, but.
Well, and I think I believe that's the quarterback who's cramping up a little bit. You kind of see some stretching going on there. 4:30 remaining in this third quarter, 16-14. But after that personal foul there, they'll march it off 15 yards. Canistota will retain that possession at the 31-yard line. And this is gut check time for both squads here. Motions are running high. It's playoff football. We'll see what coaching staff can kind of keep their guys in check as we go here.
Yeah, you can see both teams are kind of, Barry, it's playoff football. You got seniors out there. They don't want this to be the last football game. So you can see a little bit of high strung right now, and they're being very intense. So it's going to be important for both coaching staffs right now to reel their players in. Not that the moment be too big here for them. Get this first victory in the playoffs and keep moving.
So, yeah, it is. It's a lineman, I believe, 52 or 57 or something.
It's hard to tell. Those white jerseys are getting
Marquardt.
nice and dirty.
I think the sophomore, Jesse Marquardt, I think it's a cramp. They're just going to have to get that worked out. But I can't imagine being on that cold ground helps much either. So 1st and 10, Canistota will have it at the Florence Henry 31-yard line. So 16-14 here. As Ortman under center, Robertson dots the I. Got a man in motion. They're going to take the snap there. Robertson finds a gap. Good tackle there. Tegan Sumner at the linebacker spot fills that hole nicely. 1 yard gain by Robertson.
Yeah, that was the issue earlier. They were not able to make those tackles, and he was gaining 8-9 yards a pop. So those are big tackles. Those linebackers able to come up and make that grab.
Okay, bend but not break. Heard it in the pregame show. That's kind of what they're going to live by here. Get stops. Don't allow big plays here for this Pride offense. As Ortman breaks the huddle, he's got a wide receiver to the far side. Robertson, of course, dots the I. Ortman under center takes a snap. They're going to give it to Robertson right away. And he's stopped at the 1 after a gain of half a yard. We're looking at a 3rd and a long 6 for the Pride.
All right, so yeah, big 3rd down here. You got to think they are in 4-down territory here. So this is big for the guys up front. You got to expect they're going to run it again, trying to make a manageable 4th down here.
2 wide receivers. There's a tight one to the far side. Number 18, that's Kleinsasser to the near side. Drops a pass. They're going to look, rolls out right. He's got a man over the top. And it's a touchdown. Kleinsasser drags across the field. and he catches it. A nice pitch and catch there, Ortman. For 27 yards to Kleinsasser. Looked like it was going to go a little out of reach for him, but a nice catch there. And the Pride strike 22-14 with 2:52 remaining in this third quarter.
All right, so here again, these extra points are becoming a big thing. They're able to get this 2-point conversion. It makes it a 2-possession game. So a big stop here for Florence and a big conversion here for the Pride.
They're going to run that backfield with 2 fullbacks and a running back. Ortman under center. They're going to fake it. They want to run to the outside, and it's a foot raise. And Ortman's going to dive in. Are they going to give it to him? I don't believe
No,
they
he
gave it
did
to
not
him.
make her in.
It was pretty close as he dives forward, but we might look back on that one and see that as a changing play, as it is a 1-possession game, 22-14. We'll take 30 seconds and be back on KS93.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS93. A 27-yard pitch and catch. Ortman to Kleinsasser. Good play there. PAT no good. So 22-14 our score. Still a 1-possession game here, but a great game. Join us. Thanks for joining us here on KS93. We're also on gowatertown.net/area sports. Tons and tons of people around the area checking in, so we sure appreciate that. Set to kick this one off, the freshman, Brady Scott. Going to go short, low line kicker to 30, to the 35, gets it across to the 36-yard line. It's a great field position here for Florence Henry. They'll start 1st and 10.
All right, so here we have been seeing that the ground game has been big for both these teams. And I'm guessing here, Florence, they're going to go with Ashton Hansen after that last drive. Nice run. Be ready to see a lot of him here and see how Canistota Freeman, if they can stop him.
So 22-14 our score, 2:46 remaining in this third quarter, and it's not getting any warmer, Joel. Under center is Sumner. He's got a wide receiver to the near and the far. There's Hansen in the back there in the pro set. Got a man in motion in Makai Keller. You're going to want to pitch. They want to fake it outside, and he's gobbled up in the backfield. And you just want him to make sure he holds on to the ball, and he does. But still about a 7-yard loss, 2nd and 17.
Yeah, and he just had no time after the play action fake there. He had defense right in his face, but he was going to have Makai Keller gutting across the field open. Just no time for the quarterback there to throw the ball.
And that's what happens. You know, normally they've been running this pro set with 2 tight ends, bringing in another one, another blocker. But on that one, there's 2 wide receivers, 1 to the far, 1 to the near, and 2 running backs. So it only leaves 5 down linemen. Under center is Sumner. Got 2 running backs. They've got a little crossbuck here. Ashton Hansen breaks the tackle, gets it across midfield, reaches forward, and a nice gain there of about 13 yards. What a play there. It looked like he was stopped after 5. He kind of squeezes through that. And now you're looking at a manageable 3rd and 4 here in Pride territory.
Yeah, good run there by the senior running back, able to break tackles, give him a 3rd and manageable for the Falcons.
Under center is Sumner, wide receiver to the near and far. They want to hand it right up the middle there to Hansen, and he's stopped. And it's right at the line, right at the sticks. So really, well, no, they're going to give him a gain of 1, so we're looking at 4th and 2. And what do they got in their bag of tricks? They're not punting.
Yeah, no, here, you know, do you go to your bread and butter, Ashton Hansen? We've seen them be successful with the option today, but we've also seen them fumble on that. So I think those are kind of the 2 options that coach is looking at here, whether they run it up the middle with Hansen or run that option play.
We're just under a minute left in this third quarter. 22-14 our score. Florence Henry trails Canistota Freeman. They break the huddle. They got 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs. Sumner under center. You're going to take the snap, and they are going to run that option. And he's tackled in the backfield. A big stop there by the Pride, and that's exactly what you saw, is that option going the other way. So, 1st and 10, and now the defense is going to have to step up here with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was just tough there with the option. The guy got in the backfield really quick. Didn't even give quarterback Sumner a chance really even to pitch it, and was tackled for the loss actually on the play. So big drive here for both teams. Can Canistota get a touchdown and go up 2 scores?
Ortman under center in the I formation. He's got a wide receiver, and that is Kleinsasser, who just caught the big touchdown. Going to hand it right underneath to Robertson. Breaks the tackle and dives forward for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and with that run here, we'll see if they get another play off before the end of the quarter, right at midfield. Looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to just kind of wait her out and let her go to the 4th quarter.
So we've had a great ball game, 22-14. That will end the 3rd quarter. Canistota Freeman coming into the matchup at 4-4, the 11th seed in the state 9AA. Leading the number 6 seed, 7-1, coming into the matchup, the Florence Henry Falcons, 22-18. We'll take 30 seconds and be back on KS93.
Whether you want to invest in new technology, buy new equipment, add acreage, or just need a little help stretching your finances from this season into next, Midwest Bank is here to help. They're a family-owned operation that knows the ag industry like their own, because it is their own. As your local agribusiness experts, they've got the know-how and the financial power to support you and your operation. Midwest Bank, in locations near you, including Summit, Florence, Wilmot, Big Stone City, and Ortonville. Doers welcome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the broadcast on KS93. 22-14 our score at the end of 3. It has been a great game so far. So, what do you think? What do you got for the 4th quarter?
Yeah, this is it for these teams. This is it for these seniors here tonight. So they're going to give it their all. We've had a good game tonight, back and forth. It's a 1-possession game right now. It's going to come down to who's going to make the mistakes. Bend, not break. It's been kind of what we've been talking about all night here. Florence Henry needs to get a stop. Canistota's got to take care of the football. They have had a couple turnovers tonight. So which team is going to make that mistake and which team's going to capitalize is probably going to be who we find out who's our winner at the end of the game.
22-14 our score, just starting the 4th quarter. 2nd and 8 here right from midfield as Ortman under center in that I formation. They're going to fake to the outside. They've got some pressure. They got some pressure, and he's forced out of bounds. A loss of 6 yards on the play, and you needed to get him tackled there because there were 3 guys. You knew there were guys open in the secondary, but a good defensive play there. Well, that's not really where he ran out of bounds, was it?
No, it looks like maybe they gave him the extra long reach when he went out of bounds there or something, but good spot. Nonetheless, it's going to be about 3rd and 11.
Huh. What do I know? 8-point game here in the 4th quarter. Shotgun for Ortman. He's got a man to his right in Kleinsasser. 3-step drop. He's got plenty of time over the middle. Pass is deflected by Taryn Sumner. A great play there by the safety. Probably could have picked it off, but a very nice job being in the right place at the right time. And Canistota's probably going to punt here.
Yeah, very good play there because he had him open and he was able to cut across, get his hand on the ball, deflect that away. So, yeah, Canistota up 8 points right now. That's what they're going to do. They're going to play field position football here and make Florence Henry prove they can go the length of the field to score.
So back to punt here. Nice punt. And it was a low line driver right to Mackay. He's going to try to make a man miss. He does. Cross field. And he ends up getting tackled as he gets across the 20-yard line to the 24-yard line, where the Florence Henry Falcons will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, interesting kick, kind of a nice low one, but Makai Keller did a good job at handling that punt. He bobbles it at all, and they're going to be pinned way back on their own side. So, but he's able to take it out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Falcons get to start their drive.
22-14 here. A big drive needed for this Falcon offensive unit. Pro set here, 2 wide receivers, 1 to the far, 1 to the near. And you got to assume they're going to try to take a shot here sooner rather than later. Man in motion, that's Makai Keller. They're going to fake it, a little counter underneath. And that counter has not went anywhere tonight. Loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12.
No, that's number 18, Kleinsasser, and here comes another late flag. Looks like this one might go on the other side this time.
And yeah, it seemed like the players were kind of begging for it, and he's like, well, yeah, we'll get something out of my pocket here. So yeah, personal foul. It's going to be a late hit. So yeah, that was back there, a personal foul, and that's going to be a first down. So they had him stopped for a loss of 2. Add 15 to that. Florence Henry's got it, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and we've we talked about this before the 4th quarter about the high emotions of these players and the coaches trying to reel them in to avoid these kind of penalties, and we've seen a few of them here in the second half. So we'll see how it goes these last 11 minutes of the game.
So they got pro set, wide receiver to the far and the near. Tight end, Taryn Sumner, I see. Got a man in motion with a single back. That's Makai Keller. Back to pass. They're going to do a sprint out there. That's Ashton Hansen to the 35. He's forced out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain and another Falcon first down.
Nice job, yeah. So the Falcons are just trying to get the ball in their playmaker Hansen's hands, so they run kind of a little running back pass there, kind of out in the flats, get him in the open, makes the guy miss, and a first down. So nice play call there and another first down.
So 22-14, 10:48 remaining in this ball game, and we've had a great one. Not a person has left. It is packed out there. They have got a ton of people. Good turnout here again in Florence for this 6 versus 11 matchup. Sumner under center. He's got running backs to his backside. They're going to go straight back. They're going to look to screen out to Ashton Hansen. Makes a man miss. Dives forward for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like they actually got Makai Keller was in the backfield there. He came out of the backfield into the flat. Makes another one. That's another playmaker that if you can get him out in the open, he can make things happen for you. So a few different things we haven't seen here. Maybe a little adjustment, try down score and tie this game up.
So 2nd and 5 here for the Falcons as they break the huddle. A lot of confusion coming out of the huddles. It's worked out okay for them. But Sumner under center, he's got the pro set, 1 to his left, 1 to his right. They're going to run just a quarterback sneak. Thought he saw something there, and they're going to just kind of pull him forward. And that might be illegal in high school to pull him forward. I don't know what else you'd call him for.
Yeah, there is a flag there. So we'll see what they call here.
I would assume that it's got to be they're going to call a pushing the unsportsmanlike.
Yep, 5-yard penalty for aiding. It sounds like he said for aiding the running back. So you can't pull or push the running back in high school like you could in the NFL or in college. Kind of that old Bush push play from back a few years ago with Notre Dame USC.
So they'll take them back 5 more. 2nd and 9 here for the Falcons. Just under 10 minutes remaining in this one, 22-14. Canistota Freeman leads Florence Henry. Sumner under center with the pro set. They're going to hand it right on underneath. Want to go to the outside to Hansen. Across the 30 to the 25 where he's forced out of bounds. And he gains about 8 yards on the play. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, very good stiff arm there by the senior running back. Able to get outside, stiff arm a guy. Makes good positive yardage. So this is going to be 3rd and 3. Definitely 2-down territory for the Falcons. And remember, after Canistota Freeman was stopped on that 2-point conversion, a 2-point now for the Falcons ties the game. So that's a crucial play in this game.
Under center is Sumner. 3rd and 3, I would say. They're going to hand it right off underneath. A good step back there. Mackay Keller, and he's tackled, but that's going to be enough for a first down. He lost his footing. You know what? He keeps his footing. He might be gone.
Yes, yeah, very quick, especially with that lateral movement. And, yeah, when he tried to cut it back to the outside, he had a lot of room. It slipped a little bit, but still good for the first down. Big play, nice drive here going for the Falcons. Even after that penalty, able to get the first down, keep pushing down the field. And this is the drive they needed here in the fourth quarter.
So a gain of 5 there by Keller. And Florence Henry will have it 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. Sumner under center. He's got a wide receiver to his near side. That's Terrence Sumner. Sumner takes a snap. They want to go straight back. They're going to look. They're going to look. He's got pressure. Breaks a tackle. He goes across the 20 to the 15, and he's tackled.
All right, so yeah, I mean, great job by the quarterback to stay on his feet and make something out of nothing. He looked like he was going to be sacked, able to gain, looks like 6 yards on the play. So good job.
Well, it was a swing of 10 yards for sure because he was in the backfield for a loss of probably 5 and instead gains 5 on the deal. So, yeah, 8:30 and counting remaining here as Sumner. Going to go right underneath. That's to Ashton Hansen. Tries to break a tackle. Nice stiff arm there. Kleinsasser with a nice tackle on the outside. Gains of just 1 yard. So 3rd and 4 for the Falcons.
Yeah, very good tackle there by number 18, Kleinsasser. He's not able to make that. Hansen's going to get the first down on that play. And that's something we have not seen a lot of is some nice wrap-up tackles tonight. So good play there by the linebacker.
22-14, just under 8 minutes remaining in this one. Thanks for joining us this evening on KS93. We're also live on GoWatertown.net/area sports. Sumner under center. Again, that pro set. He's got Keller and Hansen in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops straight back. He's got Keller in the, going to make one man miss. Right at the first down stick. We'll see where he marks it. They're going to make it go. Yeah, it's going to be a first down. So a gain of 6 yards out of the backfield, and that's been kind of a nice play for this Falcon squad.
Yeah, you've seen them running it both to Mackay Keller and to Ashton Hansen on this drive, picking up nice yards and first downs. So it's going to be 1st and goal, but this drive means nothing unless you can put it in the end zone here for the Falcons.
22-14 our score. 7:18 and counting remaining in this one. We're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. 7-yard line. Sumner under center. 2 wide receivers. They're going to hand it right on underneath. Breaks a tackle. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. Ashton Hansen cuts it back right at the line of scrimmage. And that was who? Mackay? Was it Mackay?
Yeah, I believe it was Mackay in the backfield.
You know what? You can't get the 9 and the 5. It completely ruined my call. There was going to be one that was going to go up for an ESPY, but instead I got the wrong one. But yes, Mackay Keller, you saw that vision. He right at the line of scrimmage, saw a space, go to the right side. He goes. He's untouched for 7 yards. 22-20 and a big PAT pending. Sumner under center in this pro set. He's got Mackay Keller and Ashton Hansen to his backside. He's got a man in motion. That's Terrence Sumner. They're going to pitch it out to Mackay Keller. He needs to dive forward. Good rally into the football, and he's short.
No, not going to get it.
Not going to get it. A pretty good call there by shifty Mackay Keller. But they did a great job, the Pride did, of rallying to the football. PAT no good. So with 7 minutes and 1 second remaining in this ball game, in this 9AA opening round ball game, Canistota Freeman leads Florence Henry 22-20. We'll take 30 seconds and be back on KS93.
You're a neighbor, not a number. At AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City. AgWorks works with you to help you be better at everything you do. AgWorks, AgWorks Cooperative. Watertown, Clark, Wallace, Henry, Webster, Florence, Garden City.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS93. Big PAT stop there by Canistota Freeman. But we've got a ball game 22-20 with 7 minutes remaining in this one. Should be a great finish.
Yeah, and here, if you're Canistota Freeman, your goal is to have a nice, long, sustained drive. Florence Henry really can't win this game unless they get the ball back in their hands. So with 7 minutes left in this half, you're going to want to probably get a big dosage of Robertson here and move the chains.
Lawrenson set to kick this one off. And it's a low squibber, gets right to the 30-yard line and right out to midfield there. And I tell you what, he doesn't catch that one. I don't know. It goes all the way back through the end zone. But number 25, Levi Schroeder, who stopped one of them already, gets it and runs it right to midfield. Canistota Freeman's got great field position to start this drive.
All right, so let's see how they manage it. You know, they're used to playing on that 100-yard field. They only got 40 yards. They want to run some clock off. So let's see how successful they are on this drive.
I formation here. Hands it right off to Robertson, right up the middle. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets it across the 30-yard line, and tackled at the 26-yard line. That's a first down for Freeman, Canistota Freeman.
Yeah, and he's been doing that all night. He's been hard to take down. The linebackers are struggling. Their safety, Kohlenberg, is the last guy to tackle him before he heads to the end zone. So big gain and nice start of the drive here for the Pride.
Ortman in the I formation. He's under center. They need a big stop here. 4 down linemen here for the Falcons. It's got to get done up front. And again, they jump again. And I'll tell you what, they have had their number. They could probably march it all the way down the field by just doing offsides. But that'll be 5 quick ones here for Canistota Freeman. 1st and 5 here now, right at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so the other thing you got to think of here is if they move down the field to score quick, that 2-point conversion all of a sudden comes a very big play again down here to keep that a 1-possession game. So we'll keep that in mind here if Canistota is able to push it across the end zone.
6:20 and counting remaining as Ortman hands it off to Robertson right up the middle. This time he's tackled only for about a gain of 2, but that's where that offsides really comes into play here.
Yeah, instead of about having 2nd and 8, now you got 2nd and 3. Then you got 3 plays to kind of chip away at 3 yards. So.
And let me tell you here, Canistota Freeman, you know Coach Strang is talking ball security. Just out of nowhere sometimes it's really become an issue.
Yeah, we've seen struggles with that snap and the handoff today for Canistota, so they got to definitely make sure that's secured.
Ortman under center. They get it to Robertson here. He's going to dive forward. That's enough for a first down. And I'll tell you what, they're pretty close again to jumping offsides.
Yeah, they might be lining off a yard off the ball, so when they jump, they're not going across the line. Because, yeah, that was a couple of the Falcon players jumping again there, trying to predict that snap count, and they just haven't been guessing right.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line here of the Falcons. The Pride got it. Come out in the I formation. You got to continue to imagine that it'll be Robertson in the backfield. They're going to hand it right off to Robertson on the left side again. This time he's kind of bottled up a little bit for only a gain of 1 or 2, I believe. And it'll be a bend but not break kind of thing here. I mean, like you said, you can get away with giving up a score, but then that 2-point conversion becomes huge. And they've shown no signs of stopping that.
Yep, and this is actually probably playing right into Canistota. They're taking their time here, letting that clock tick down, making sure to run that play clock before they get the plays in, because even if they don't score here, the time is against Florence Henry right now.
So I formation here. This time they put 2 tight ends down rather than 2 wide receivers. Robertson dots the I. They're going to run a little quarterback sneak, they got to get to the outside, and he's just going to go out of bounds. And it was kind of a misplay there. I believe they wanted to hand it to Robertson, but instead Robertson just runs it out of bounds. And there's a couple of things here. It stops the clock, and it's a big loss on the play of about 4 yards. So 3rd and 12 here for the Pride.
Yeah, couldn't really tell if they were meaning to pass the ball. He kind of acted like he was going to throw the ball, but yeah, and then he runs out of bounds there. So he's almost better just sliding in bounds, keep that clock running. So here comes a couple big plays here for both teams.
2 wide receivers, one to the near, one to the far. Robertson dots the I as Ortman under center. Takes the snap. They're going to hand it right up the middle to him. A good tackle there by Clay Troop after a gain of 5 yards. So we're looking at about 4th and 9 here, and this might be the ball game. It's not really the ball game, but it's sure fun to say as a radio announcer.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've been talking about crucial plays all night. This is going to be a big one. I got to imagine they're going to let the play clock down. You might see a timeout here by the coach as they're going to talk about a play. So, and it looks like coach is going over to the sideline. Judge said, let me know when we're about 1-2 seconds on the play clock, and we're going to take a timeout.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about high school football. Obviously, there's not a play clock, so it's that back judge making the initial preliminary calling. So here comes a timeout. You were right, Joel. We'll take 30 as well and be back on KS93.
Ever get stressed out from not having enough time to get your payroll or books straight? Or how about wondering what tax time might bring from not having a very good year? Nikki Watson, CPA in Watertown, is here for you. Her team can help with bookkeeping, payrolls, tax returns, and they're a full-service accounting firm. Nikki Watson, CPA. Call 878-7800 or stop by at 719 South Broadway, Watertown.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS93. 22-20. Canistota Freeman leads this one, and we got a big 4th and 9 here from about the 15-yard line of Florence Henry. This is a huge play. Huge play. You know, if they can get a stop here, Florence Henry's got obviously a long way to go, but they've got 3 timeouts. Canistota Freeman also has a chance to make this a 2-score game and essentially put it out of reach. So here comes the Falcon faithful here on a big 4th down. The first playoff game hosted here since 2004, and it sounds like it right now. 22-20 our score, 3:30 remaining. Ortman in the I formation. He got twins to the near side. He's got a man in motion. That's Robertson going to the far side. They're going to fake. They want to go. They want to go. He's got time. He's got time. All the time in the world. Over the top. Pass intercepted. No, they're going to say incomplete. Clay Troop gets up. That ball is knocked away from the backside, and Florence Henry prevails. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. They've got to travel 65 yards for a score with 3:21 remaining. But what a big play here, and folks, stay tuned. This should be a dandy to finish.
Yeah, great job by the Florence Henry Falcons secondary. Quarterback did a good job for the Pride there. He gave their guys time and was able to throw it up. Good defensive play by Troop. And here we go. Falcons going down the field, try to get a win here in the playoffs.
Sumner under center. He's got pro set, one to the right, one to the left. They're going to hand it off to Ashton Hansen. He's bottled up in the backfield, trying to get to the outside. Ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a flag on the play. Again, he struggled to get that thing out of his pocket. But we'll see what they've got. It's a face mask.
5
Just
yard.
the 5-yard variety. So it gives them a break there. Do they repeat the down on that? I don't have a clue. I don't believe so. Or yeah, they do. Yep, they do. So 1st and 5 here. Canistota Freeman's been getting them on offsides. We just get them on face masks. So 3:10 remaining in this ball game. 22-20 here. And you know their bread and butter's running the football. But when are they going to put it in the air? We'll see. Stay tuned here.
Yeah, last drive we saw them do those short passes to Keller and Ashton Hansen. We'll see if they go back to that.
Under center is Sumner in the pro set. He's got a man to his right and left. Takes the snap. They want to pitch it to the outside. That's Ashton Hansen. Loses his footing. Breaks a tackle. Ends up getting it to the 20-yard line where he'll gain just 1 yard. 2:40 and counting remaining, and the time is a-ticking.
Yeah, he was able to break one tackle, kind of lose his footing, and it looked like it was safety there. Number 2, Balvin, able to come up and make the tackle only of a yard on the play. So 2:25 and counting here for the Falcons.
So just something to keep in mind is the field goal kicker. The conditions aren't great for it, but they have it with 2:15 and counting remaining. Pro set for Sumner. Under center, he's got a wide receiver to the far side. He's going to take the snap. They're going to run a pitch. They're going to run a pitch to Mackay Keller. He's way in the backfield, and he's tackled right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
that's a huge loss on the play.
Not quite sure what was going on, if they were going to do a reverse or something, but it was kind of an errant pitch that kind of bounced in the backfield. Luckily, Mackay Keller was able to grab it, but for a big loss on the play.
So they're taking a timeout. We're going to stay here. We're going to stay here and just kind of talk about some things as that play went for a loss of 9 yards. They tried like a double reverse pitch. It was so slow moving that they just didn't really have a chance. And to be honest with you, they were kind of sitting there. It would have almost been nice to see that pitch and a fake pitch to Keller. I think he might have had something, but that's hindsight 2020.
Yeah, and a minute 49 left in this game, 2 timeouts. Even this far back, you got to think probably 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Probably last chance here for the Falcons to go down and put some points on the board.
So, yeah, 1:49 remaining in this ball game. You're looking at about a 3rd and 14 here. But we've seen Florence Henry. This is like the 15th game we've done this year, it seems like. They've got a quick strike offense from time to time. So we shall see if they've got a little more magic left. What are you calling here?
Yeah, 3rd down. Like I said, I think it is 4th-down territory. Maybe look for one of them short outside in the flats to Hansen or Keller. We did see a screenplay set up nicely for them earlier in the game. They just maybe didn't get the block or the cut that they needed. So maybe look for a screenplay here to try to get some of that yards.
You got to try to get half of it back. Absolutely. You got to. If you're going for it on 4th down, you got to try to get something back and not get so deep. As the play clock stops, here we go. We've got a flex man. That's Keller. He's in motion going to the far side. Twins to the far side now is Sumner under center. Going to take a straight drop back. Going to go to the outside. Ashton Hansen makes a man miss. Gets to the 10, 15. Cross he goes into the soup over there in the baseball field. Right at the 21-yard line. So it's going to go out of bounds here. So you do have a chance if you want to run it. You got 2 more timeouts. You have to get this, though, with 4th and 4 here. So, again, they ran that option last time. Canistota Freeman blitzed all their linebackers. He made that comment. We'll see if he's got that in his mind right now. Got to make a play. You got to keep your timeouts here, so he's got to get the play clock play off. 22-20 our score, 1:39 remaining in one of these teams' seasons. 22-20, Canistota leads. Florence Henry's got it on a big 4th down here. And the whistle blows and a timeout, Florence Henry. And that might be a tough one there, but I mean, hey, if you don't get it too, it's a tough, I don't know, tough call there.
Yeah, if something happens and you don't get this 4th down, best case scenario with a 3-and-out scenario, you're going to get the ball back only with about 40 seconds, 50 seconds left on the clock anyway. So you want to make sure this plays down and good and you can get the 1st down.
So 22-20 our score, 1:39 remaining in this one. About all of the games in 9AA have been decided. The only upset, I believe, as far as ranking goes, was Hamlin and Garrettson. Garrettson handled Hamlin pretty well there. Other than that, all the rest of the games kind of played into what they thought they were going to be.
Yeah, so yeah, looking at the games, that's kind of how they turned out tonight. But we were talking at the beginning, the 9AA has been a very good division here in South Dakota football this year, and any of these teams could come out and knock you off at any given night. So very good football tonight, but across the state as well.
So here we go. Here we go. 4th and 4 here. 1:39 remaining in one of these teams' season. The Pride lead the Falcons by 2, 22-20. Sumner under center. He's got a flex man. That's Mackay Keller. They're going to pitch it. They want to go to the outside. He breaks the tackle and he goes out of bounds. And there's a man down on the sideline, and that's their ACL guy too, but it is a 1st down, and Chase Kelly might have been a little late there. Very fortunate to not pick up a penalty. Hansen gets a big first down. I said you could run it there. That was a good play there. Very smart. At the 25, they've only gained 10 yards, though. When did they start this possession?
Yeah, with about a little under 4 minutes left on the clock.
So not a lot of yardage for the time that's been spent. So they're going to be in a little bit more of a hurry-up mode as Sumner breaks the huddle. He's got pro sets. That's Keller and Justice. They've got Ashton Hansen as a tight end. Keep an eye on that. Straight drop back. He's going to step up into nothing because he ends up getting sacked. That's Tegan Sumner with the sack there. That's number 30. Who knows with that mud on his back. 38. I don't know.
I think that's 98. That's Heilberger again.
And tick, 1:10 remaining. And we got a 2nd and 15. And not a lot of hustle here for Florence Henry.
Yeah, got to have a sense of urgency.
They're going to drop straight back. They got pressure going right over there. And a nice tackle there by the tight end, and he's down with 52 seconds remaining. And you got to assume the way this is going, they're kicking a field goal if they got a shot.
Yeah.
They just haven't been able to get anything going on this drive. And a short gain, 3rd and 11, deep in their still own territory at about the 24-yard line, 23, 24-yard line.
Yeah, and they just really haven't been able to give their team time to maybe look a little deeper for a pass here on these last attempts. It's only been the short in the flats where they've been able to look. So it's big for the offensive line here. You got to give your quarterback a little bit of time to look downfield, make that throw. Remember, you get a first down, the clock stops until the chains are set. So here with this timeout, you're probably having 2 play calls in just in case you get that first down.
You get the first down, you're probably spiking. Probably spiking here, especially with that time stop. Giving yourself some more time. They're out of timeouts. So under a minute left with 52 seconds remaining. 22-20 our score. Canistota Freeman leads.
And that's always an interesting thing, too. High school football, you only have 8 games during the season. How many times have you been in this 2-minute drill where you're spiking, making sure you're not full starts, stuff like that? So a lot goes into it in a game at this time of the season.
But again, I mean, you can talk about spiking it. You can talk about that. We got a 3rd and 12 staring in the face of this Falcon offense, and they need to get that 12 yards in 2 plays or their season's done. They got twins to the near side, one to the far side. Justice Fitzgerald in the backfield. Sumner under center. And they're kind of running a spread defense here. Time. They got to spread out. He's got some time. Steps up. Got to get outside. And he dives. Are they going to? Yes, they're going to give him the stoppage. But he ended up losing a yard out of the deal anyway. Pretty headsy play there. But still, he's got to get rid of the ball now because it's 4th down. So we're looking. It was a gain of 1. They gave him 1 on it. So 4th and 11. And the season of the Florence Henry Falcons rides on this play.
Yeah, so you got to imagine they're going to basically set these corners and safeties to know where that first down marker is. They're going to allow you to catch it in front of the first down marker, and they're just going to make the tackle. But they're going to not let anything go deep here. As you can already see, they've got 3 defensive backs set about 15 yards downfield.
So maybe watch for a screenplay here. Sumner under center. This is it. Twins to the near side, one to the far side. They're going to call a timeout. They want to talk a little bit about it. That is Coach Strang wants to talk a little bit. So we're going to take a quick 30 and be back on KS 93.
The Mike and Ryan Berg families of RBM Livestock in Florence reminds you to attend their annual production sale the 2nd Sunday in March, selling registered Angus and registered Charolais bulls. Call for more information, 881-7499. That's 881-7499. RBM Livestock in Florence are proud supporters of the Florence Henry Falcon football team.
Welcome back to the broadcast on KS 93's game of the week, and holy smokes, it has been 22-20. 43 seconds remaining. We're looking at a 4th and 11 here for this Falcon offense. they don't get it. It is the season. Coach Strang wanted to talk a little bit about it. What are you running? I mean, are you running a pass play across the sticks? You running a screen? You running one of your outs that work? What do you got?
Yeah, I think you got to look for one of your playmakers, maybe Makai Keller. It looks like they've been having Ashton Hansen go out as receiver or tight end, so we'll be looking for some kind of cut across the middle or something, but you got to give your quarterback time to make this throw.
Shotgun here, first one of the game here for Sumner, so that's something to keep an eye on. Good snap there, 3-step drop, and there's no pressure there at all. He's going to go over the top, and that pass is deflected and knocked away, intended for Ashton Hansen on the outside, and Canistota Freeman will win this one. And they went right at the sticks, went like 15 and back, and pass is incomplete. And with no timeouts left and 37 seconds remaining, this is going to do it.
Yeah, no, that time they gave the quarterback some time to throw. He was able to kind of get that throw in an area where only his receiver could grab it, but good defense there by Canistota.
And they're going to run that victory formation here, their power formation. You got to imagine Ortman's just going to snap it. Yes, he does. And that should about do it here. A well-fought game here from both squads, a fun game. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you football this evening on KS93.
Yeah, both these teams showed some resilience tonight. They made some mistakes, but were able to overcome it. Ultimately, Canistota was able to get a couple of those 2-point conversions tonight. And that's kind of what does it tonight, is they're just able to execute that much more to win tonight's football game.
So the clock strikes 0. That is it. Canistota Freeman prevails 22-20, and they will take on Ipswich next Thursday night. They'll travel to Ipswich. Stay posted for those times. Florence Henry Falcons will end their season 7-2, but a well-fought game. I think it was one of those games where you come in, they're 7-1, Canistota is 4-4, but Florence Henry might have been the underdog even with the top seed, just with who you've played and things like that. But they showed that they belonged on this field tonight, and both teams played their hearts out, and that's exactly what you expect when you come in to a first-round game in South Dakota high school football. So we're going to take just a minute timeout. We're going to get to the post-game show, and then we're going to send you on your way here on KS93.
A local cooperative is ready to power your farm, business, or home. Sioux Valley Co-op delivers petroleum products and services to meet each customer's individual needs. Keeping reliable petroleum resources accessible in the communities we serve is what we do for our members, employees, and our communities. We're strong, stable, and dependable. To learn more about the fuel and propane options that Sioux Valley Co-op provides in your area, please visit SiouxValleyCoop.com or call us at 886-5829.
Sioux Valley Co-op, your energy needs with service guaranteed.
Jim Knutson and his friendly, experienced staff at Putoff Insurance Agency want to cheer the Falcons to victory. Specializing in contractors, farms, and home and auto packages, they offer you protection when you need it with the highly respected companies they represent. Give the crew at Putoff Insurance Agency a chance to show you what they can do for you. Call or stop into Putoff Insurance Agency and have a safe harvest. Let's go, Falcons!
Welcome back to the broadcast here on KS93. Mitch Reed on the call. Joel Eisenbraun, our color guy. Nick Bentine, haven't said his name much tonight, but thank you for all the work you do. Couldn't have high school football without you, as well as our sponsors this evening, Midwest Bank, AgWorks in Clark, Florence, Garden City, Henry, Wallace, Watertown, and Webster, Nikki Watson, CPA, RBM Livestock in Florence, Mike and Ryan Berg families, Sioux Valley Co-op, Putoff Insurance, Pivot Bio, Brian Kohlenberg, RF Feedlot, Rizlov family, Keller Cabinets Incorporated, Millbank Ford, Glass Products Incorporated, Custom Fabricators, Sharp Automotive, Waverly South Shore School District, South Dakota Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Westside Implement, Olson Seed and Bradley, Watertown Healthy Youth, Taco John's, and the South Dakota High School Activities Association. What a fun one this evening, Joel. What do you think?
Yeah, two very good football teams tonight, very evenly matched. And yeah, it just came down to the little things tonight, and Canistota was just able to get a couple more plays to go their way tonight. So they'll be the ones heading over to Ipswich, but no reason to keep your heads down if you're the Florence Henry Falcons. Had a great season, able to host that home playoff game. I know they wanted to go a little farther in the playoffs, but they played hard tonight.
And you want to talk a little bit about how we got here in the second half, the scoring?
Yeah, so after halftime, where it was just 7-8, so low scoring first half, but in the third quarter, Robinson for Canistota Freeman ran it in from 3 yards out. 2-point conversion was good. That made it 16-7. Then in a little while later, Ashton Hansen of the Falcons is able to score from the 36-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, made it 14-16. Canistota just up. Then the 31-yard touchdown pass from Ortman to Kleinsasser gave Canistota the lead at 22-14 after the PAT was no good. Then here comes the Florence Henry Falcons in the fourth quarter with a 7-yard touchdown from Makai Keller. They were unsuccessful on that 2-point conversion, and that is the difference in the game. Canistota was able to win 22-20 in this evening's game.
And again, for Florence Henry, it's basketball season. Canistota Freeman survives, and they will improve to 5-4 on the season and travel to Ipswich next week. A good Ipswich team, but holy smokes, pretty good Canistota Freeman team too. I'd expect a great game up in Ipswich next Thursday night. So Taco John's player of the game, we award it around the area, I guess, to people around the area. So I guess from Florence Henry, who is it?
For Florence Henry?
Yep.
That's a tough one. I think they had a lot of guys that played well tonight, but I think their horse in the backfield for most of the game was going to be senior Ashton Hansen at running back. He scored the big touchdown, and he kind of picked up most of their yards on a lot of their long drives today, too. So good game by that senior.
Well, very good. There you have it. Our player of the game, brought to you by Taco John's, is Ashton Hansen, and he will graduate this spring along with a handful of other Falcons players. I mean, I can read through them here so I don't forget one. Ashton Hansen, Frank Hansen, Ethan Paulson, Justice Fitzgerald, Octavio Barbosa, Colin Fuller, and Chase Kelly. So they're going to have to fill in some big shoes there, but hopefully they can get it figured out. They got some skill guys back, and again, should be a pretty good one next year. But it's been a pleasure bringing you South Dakota High School football around the area. I don't believe any teams around the area won, so I think this might just do it for us, and hopefully you guys can join us for some basketball come winter time. Joel, any last comments?
No, just another great evening, great representation of nine-man South Dakota football. These two teams had great crowds. Both teams showed up. Good game, well coached. So just a fun game to call.
So there you have it. Thanks again for joining us tonight and all season here on KS93. It's been an absolute privilege. For my guy back in Master Control, Nick Benteen, my color guy, Joel Eisenbraun, appreciate the work you guys have done this year. My name's Mitch Reed, bidding you farewell. Thanks for joining us all season.